Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Last night, the Boston Celtics whomped the Miami Heat 110-97. The Celtics are now down 3-2, with Game 6 coming up in Miami on Sunday. Jason Tatum finished with 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists. Meanwhile, Derek White had 24 points and 6 three-pointers for the Boston Celtics. In baseball, the Oakland A's and Las Vegas have a tentative deal to agree to a stadium. Rob Manfred had comments yesterday that we will break down here on the show. And Casey Pratt joined Jason Ross and Chris Watkins yesterday to break down the deals of the Las Vegas A's, the Las Vegas deal for the Oakland A's. You can listen to that interview up right now on SactownSports.com. And on the field, the Oakland A's lost once again to the Seattle Mariners. They have now lost 17 of their last 18 games against AL West teams and have the worst start to a season through 52 games in the history of Major League Baseball. Those are your headlines. Now let's get rolling with the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on
It's the morning show before the show where we talk about awkward moments. We had one today that I can't really share. As much as I love you having awkward moments, much like you do with me, you didn't know. I was on the phone with somebody. We'll just leave it there, and Jay spoke up at an inopportune moment.
Honest to God, I really thought it was the radio, and that's because I was just so into this Blockbuster Twitter thing that I was like,
you are into this,
half paying attention. Well, I think I finally came up with a way to revive Blockbuster.
Oh, did you? How so?
It probably won't work out financially, as most great ideas don't.
Neither did Blockbuster.
Like, buy the IP, right?
Yeah.
And start opening Blockbuster bars with a hotel inside.
Okay.
Retro hotel, and tie a few back. You and the lady can go pick out a VHS or a DVD at the prices they were in the 80s and 90s.
Do you have a special closed down section for adults only?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
That'll probably be the moneymaker if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the black curtain will be up and everything.
Wow.
I'm just saying, for nostalgia's sake, make it affordable.
You love the retro.
I do love the retro, but I love more or less the idea of making money off the retro.
Sure. Is Blockbuster to Netflix what MySpace is to Facebook?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like a brand that we are nostalgic about, that we forget about some of the whatever? You're nodding your head. You were in diapers with MySpace, weren't you, Kyle?
Yes, I was. I never did have a MySpace account. I barely have a Facebook account.
Nod your head like, wow, Vietnam was tough. Yeah.
No, MySpace is total nostalgia. Like, if they were to try to actually bring it back now, I mean, I know the site still exists. I don't even know what's on there anymore. But if you tried to bring back what it was in the early to mid 2000s, it was trash.
All right.
It was beautiful trash, but trash nonetheless.
It was. We all enjoyed whether it was Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, Flash. We had
I don't know about Flash.
Yeah, Flash with the little lightning bolt where you get. Okay,
no idea what that is.
It might have just been one place in Carmichael.
When we were really small, we would go to the independent movie stores.
Well, yeah, we had
mom and pops.
Marconi and Fair Oaks had a Class Video. That was the first. Well, that was the second place I ever rented videos from. Madison and San Juan. I think they had a place called Video Depot.
I've heard of Video Depot.
Yeah, that we rented, and it was just a one-off. I think it's a diamond and jewelry place now, but yeah.
Yeah, no, we used to go to the Sacramento Inn on Mac.
The Sacramento Inn?
On Mac Road.
To rent movies or to watch movies?
No, to rent movies. That was the name of the video store.
And there used to, I know there's still the Sacramento drive-in, and I'm so happy there's still a drive-in. Like, that's so cool that we still have one.
Oh, the one over off 50?
Yeah. But, which is always fun because when I was a kid, because we used to take 50 all the time. We lived in Carmichael to go places, and there'd be time. I remember at least one time when driving in the car with my parents at night, we passed by all the movies around the drive-ins, and what did you see? There was topless nudity, just right there.
Well, do you remember the movie? Or
Oh no, because we just drove.
You've never tried to go back and find
just saw
the missing boobs?
No, because I wouldn't know. I just know that there was an extra set of headlights on the freeway.
Yes,
and I was super. 8-year-old me was like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
All right. So I got a problem. I need. Sometimes we use this show as the psychology chair. My daughter has been in band forever now, and she got the very prestigious she's going into her junior year next year. She's gonna be student leader.
Oh wow.
And she gets to conduct and do, it's like super cool. She worked very hard. She had to audition. It's only upperclassmen person, whatever. And
smart people.
Yeah, anyway, so I have a child issue.
Feel like this is a 3 times a week conversation on the show or off air.
Yeah, so this is one of those ones I don't know what to do here. So my daughter has a difficult concept with time, and generally her mother will pick her up from different events. But there was an event earlier this year. It was a field trip, and they got back in the evening. It was about 9:00 where I pick her up from school where all the kids get picked up. It was about 9:00, and I pull in, and they all get out of the bus and stuff, and the kids are all gathering and talking. And I let it go for about 5 minutes, and then I see her. I make eye contact with her. I actually text her, and I say, "Hey, let's go." 10 minutes later, she's still having the conversation with her friends. And this is a thing we have where it's like, listen, we're your parents, which means we're your Uber, we're your ATM. We're going to support you. We're going to put roof and food and blah, blah.
We are literally your life source.
Right. But your only currency, and I tell them this all the time, here's your currency: affection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And respecting our time. That's all we ask. So when time is disrespected, and I know she does this to her mother all the time, I don't like it. So I get out of the car and I start walking over them, which is, of course, a 15-year-old girl's nightmare.
Yes.
And I
you have this power.
I get about halfway there. She sees me and okay, bye. She immediately busts out towards me.
Oh yeah. She's not trying to have you present within right. 10 feet of her friends.
So she goes to rush by me to go to the car, get us in the car as soon as possible. Right. And right when she gets to me, I go, hold on a second. And I stop her. And right there in the parking lot, I have a conversation in a very low tone. There's no yelling, but a very low tone and a very stern tone about respecting time. And I'm purposely doing this in full view. So we have about a 2-minute conversation about it where I say things that I'll never, okay, she's not listening, where I say things I'll never follow through on. Like, next time I'm just going to leave you here because, I'll leave my daughter at 9 p.m. in a dark parking lot, of course.
Super good parenting.
But so anyways, this was way earlier in the year. So it turns out that her teacher saw that. And then sometime the following week took her aside and she's like, everything okay at home?
Oh,
Right. So, and she asked her some things like, everything okay? Is there anything you want to talk about that didn't look pleasant? You can always talk. So I'm torn between the following. Number one, teachers. I have I come from a family of teachers. They're underpaid. They're overworked. They're heroes. I appreciate a teacher taking an interest in my child enough because there are kids out there that have issues at home and they need somebody they can trust. I appreciate that. On the other end, I'm like, well, I don't want her thinking this.
Right.
At all. This is terrible. And they're going to be together for the next 2 years. I don't want her to have this thought. I don't know what my daughter's saying. I don't know. So we're having this big debate, my wife and I, because I'm like, I want to go talk to the teacher. I want to say, hey, listen, I appreciate you. Here's what that was. And just so you know, and hey, let's really appreciate what you're doing. My daughter and my wife are on the complete other side that would be super embarrassing and that I should just leave it alone and let it go. And I'm really stuck because I see both sides.
Mm-hmm. There's a compelling argument for both.
There is a compelling, like, what I'm not going to do is go to the teacher and be like, hey, of course not. It's not gonna be a contentious conversation. I'm not that type of person.
Are you more afraid of like this teacher's kind of like labeled you in her mind as like this terrible parent that probably beats their child?
I think that and that's the thing. That's where where the conversation gets deeper, because what I don't want to do is do any reaction. This can't be about ego.
Right.
Who cares?
Well, I was gonna say like the reaction could make it look like you're trying to cover something.
And right, and that's what I'm saying. I just want to have a frank conversation. If you have questions, I'm happy to, like, this is what that was. This is our thing, but everything, we have, listen, every family fights, and we actually have a pretty good household, but come over for dinner or something. Like I know, but like, I want you to, you have enough to worry about. I don't want you to worry about this. And maybe it's much ado about nothing. I don't know, but it's the first time I've ever had a teacher inquire with one of my kids like that. Sure. And it really is weighing on me. But also, it's not about me, it's about the child, and that's always our first rule. What's best for her and what's best for the teacher? I think what's best for her. Most importantly, what's best for her. I sound like a counselor when I do this, and I hate it. Well, that's what we're doing. We're counseling right now. We have 1 minute till break. As long as your child is good and obviously knows that she's not in any danger, which is clear, I think you're fine. Yeah. You're going to have someone pass judgment on you as a parent. I don't care about the judgment. I care about it being in the back of her head, and I don't want her to worry about it. That's for her, not for you. Okay.
Yeah, I think your heart's in the right place.
Yeah, if you know you're doing your job as a parent correctly, it's like, okay, that someone could paint that picture, but honestly, what is that going to, in the long run? Yeah. So I think you're good. Okay. So I'm going to go talk to her then. All right.
Trust what your daughter says.
What?
Ooh, that's not. No, Kyle, not teenagers.
Look at the kidless guy over there. Trust what your daughter says.
Does it hurt even more that I was in high school in 2019?
Yeah,
shut
up,
Kyle.
Just shut up, Kyle.
Jesus.
You know what? Even Kyle can't ruin Friday. It is Friday.
He's trying. He's making the effort.
We have a big fat show for you. We did say, let me give you the, not bad news, but just the adjustment first. So, no Eric today. We were going to do Eric. That's on me. It just didn't work out logistically for either of us. So Eric's going to join us early next week, Eric Armstead of the 49ers. But I think we have a couple of good replacements, if you will. Coming up at 7:27. Just announced he's done. So we're going to get him, if not first, second. The mayor of Sacramento, Darryl Steinberg, will join us, and we'll talk about him leaving the mayorship. Is that what it's called? And also, yes. I will ask him while I'm on the air. Will he give me his endorsement?
So are we gonna do this?
I'd have to move to Sacramento first proper. That's a rule. And I'd also have to quit here. So there you go. Everyone's gonna root for it now.
But find some good real estate.
Yeah, maybe. So we'll talk to him about that. And but for all of you who I know don't care about any of that stuff, we're going to talk about hockey. We're going to talk about baseball. We're going to talk about Sacramento. No, I'm just saying we're going to ask the mayor about,
I thought you meant me and you.
Nah, Sacramento is a sports
Get into that Stars game from last night.
We've been having these conversations, and I thought it might be best to bring the mayor in for a limited time only to talk about this stuff.
I mean, he doesn't really have anything to hold back on.
No, that's the thing. He can just be like, you know what, I've been trying for. He just calls up. He's hammered. It's like 7:30. He's like, I'm done with this mayor stuff. Ask me whatever you want. So that's at 7:30. At 9 a.m., former 49er quarterback Jeff Garcia will join us. He has a camp coming up here, a football camp. We're going to talk to him about his life, the Niners, and that quarterback situation. So sit back, relax. Leading off is next on SactownSports.com.
The Kings season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
It's probably one of the best starting points I could have had, starting in the NBA, Sacramento.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Sunny, and after a cool start to the day, we'll warm into the mid-70s for the afternoon, so very comfortable for this time of year. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Plumbing, electrical, heating and air, everything that makes your home your home. With Bonnie, you sure got that covered. And right now, get your air conditioner tuned up for just $79, originally $129. Bonnie.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. And now try Babbel for free by texting radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Sacramento's M&S Auto Sales invite you to drop by and look around their lot full of super clean vehicles, all polished up and ready for a classic American summer road trip. Will your trip be on Highway 1 with the top down, or a trip to the hills in your new 4x4 from M&S Auto Sales? M&S Auto has great cars and trucks, and you get a great deal every time. That's how it works at M&S Auto Sales on El Camino Avenue, just off the Cap City Freeway. MSAutogroup.com.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Probably have this prepped up here. You know. Good morning. Welcome in.
Hey.
How you doing?
Super. Well, thanks for asking.
I don't know if I told you, the mayor's coming up in about an hour and 10 minutes. In the meantime,
like
here's cut number 1. Oh, God.
Horford got it. Return to Tatum. Tatum steps to the corner. Shoulder into Strus. He's going to take a contested jumper and knock it down. And the Celtics have their largest lead of Game 5.
Too big. Too good.
Too sweet. 7:45 to go. Boston leads by 20.
The Celtics they throttled the Heat yesterday. It's now 2-2. 13-point lead. This was it wasn't that close. 13-point win. It wasn't that close. 110-97. And now it's like,
yeah, no, it wasn't that they won. It was the way they won. Two games in a row.
They really decimated them. 2 games in a row. I am going to maintain, simply because we're now getting into the nut cutting time, and I trust Miami a lot more than I trust Boston in these situations. I think this game ends in Miami in Game 6. But I think it's okay to say this. If it doesn't end in 6, then Boston's going to the finals.
Yeah, no, that's kind of been our topic of discussion all week, and I completely agree. The winner of Game 6 wins the series. This is akin to the Lakers and Warriors in the Western semis,
right? When
the Warriors were down 2-3 going into LA for a Game 6. Had they won that Game 6, I believe they would have won in Game 7. This is the same thing.
Well, basketball is weird, dude. I mean, sports are weird in general because there's no.
But basketball's never been this weird.
Yeah, this is
0-150.
Because it's like, what happened? What happened between the first 3 games and the last 2 games?
That's coming up.
Yeah.
3 for Madness. What? I don't know if you saw that question.
Oh, I saw all the questions.
I think I may have keyed in on why.
Earl wants us to know, not true. If the series goes to 7 games, either team can win. That's the point of Game 7.
Earl, who I actually love, and I'm happy every time I see him in the chat.
I think Earl's been making out with Russell too much in the chat, and he's caught a little bit of. And by the way, I think
that's what's on his lip.
Yeah, he's caught a little bit of what actuallyitis or well-actuallyitis. Just all calm down and have some pudding. Number 2.
Cut number 2.
For the Giants, still with that 1-0 lead as Conforto swings and launches it high and deep out to right center. This one on its way. It is gone.
It's bye, baby.
I thought you might like that.
Takes him back to when he was a youth.
Sure doesn't. Giants shut out the Brewers 5-0. 4 hits only for the Brew crew. And Michael Conforto, 4 for 4. He's coming up in safe or out, as a matter of fact.
That boy's hitting dangers.
He really is. And he's up to just a absolutely stellar 239 batting average this year.
Batting average, schmatting average.
It's just
It's all about the power, baby.
Giants back to 500 at 25-25, and look out.
The thing, what's funny, Kyle, because you're probably rolling your eyes like I am. He did this all of 2021. All of 2021. It was September. They had won 100+ games. And he's like, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to win the division. I don't know. I don't know if they're actually good.
I mean, I confess.
Take the defending world champions 5 games, have a chance to win it in game 5.
Do you think that this is that year?
No, but I've said this before the season, that if this lineup plays to their potential, they are a wild card team.
They are maybe the 6th wild card team.
But that's my point. You're still a wild card team. You're still a playoff team.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And baseball is the one sport that actually has it correct with number of teams in the playoffs.
You guys,
if you're a wild card team in baseball, you're actually decent.
You guys are mistaking me and my analysis of the game and reaction. You're mistaking. Don't mistake calmness with lack of excitement. I am over the moon about this.
Are you?
50 games in, here we go. Like, I can't wait for tonight. I'm going to get a ice cold beverage and sit back and turn the game on and just watch.
By the game, he means Zelda.
Yes. My wife asked me how much baseball I've watched this year. She made me think about it, actually. This is like such a dereliction of duty on my part, but at least I'm open about it. I have combined, I think I've watched 4 innings of baseball this year. Like, literally combined, I think I've watched 4 innings.
But the games are so fast now.
And also, 4 innings more than you watched last year. We're making progress.
Yes, that's exactly right. Well, here's the thing. I think they're going in the right direction. Could we maybe do like we can can we simulate the season and just get to September? Like, let's just simulate.
Just do the YouTube TV. Just catch up
on key plays?
Yeah.
I could. I guess.
It's baseball. I mean, it's really the key players are, like basketball, there's so much more context. Same with football. With baseball, it's really just the key plays.
We've been looking at stuff for the summertime to do. We try to do something different every summer.
I can't wait for Sactown Sports Court.
I can't either.
What?
By the way. We'll let you know. I don't know how to do this, and I don't know if there's a way to do it, but maybe I got to spend the summer seeing if I can rediscover my love of baseball.
We should shoot a documentary on it.
Yeah. Finding baseball.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Baseball was my favorite sport. For most of my life, baseball has been my favorite sport. Baseball right now is just above hockey for me.
Really?
It truly is. I watch more soccer than baseball. I watch more MMA than baseball.
You have a reason to watch soccer more than baseball.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just thinking
and in MMA, you're a hardcore fan, so that doesn't count.
I watch probably quadruple the golf. Quadruple.
Okay, that's gross.
Right? What the hell?
That's some real old man
I
stuff.
can give you the entire 1987 lineup of the San Francisco Giants and probably 4 of their starters along with their closer. Right now, off the top of my head, I won't. We don't have time. But I'm saying, once upon a time, I was glued to the radio. What happened?
TV got invented.
I truly don't know. TV got invented. You're stupid. Number 3.
Cut number 3.
Here comes the 1-1. The Ty France swung on high drive, deep left field. That baby is destined to get out of the ballpark. And he hit it almost in the same spot. Ty France with a home run, his 2nd of the night, 5th of the year.
Damn French.
There's really nothing. I mean, look, you can say stuff about
the Giants. Is this the revenge for the Revolutionary War? Ty France.
There really is nothing to talk about the A's other than they suck and they're relocating. But I will point out Notre Dame's fan and our good friend Kyle Madsen for doing some pretty awesome analysis. The A's have a 150 winning percentage. To put that in perspective, former NBA player Marcin Gortat has the same chance of making a 3-pointer in his career as the A's have of winning a ball game.
And honestly, I would put money if I had to on Gortat.
Olden Polynice has the same chance at hitting a 3 as the A's do of winning a ball game.
Okay. I don't remember the last time I watched an A's win a ball game. I still have it stained in my memory of OP hitting a 3 against the Chicago Bulls in Chicago in like 1994.
You're as likely to see that. That actually, honestly, should be something we do. Is like, which is more likely? That's actually a really good idea.
Go.
Which is more likely, the A's winning a ball game, and just find things.
Or Jay's blockbuster idea coming to fruition.
Right? We need to find things that either have 10% odds or 20% odds in that time frame and that mathematical equation, and then just see if we can get the over/under on all of them.
What do you think is more likely, the A's winning a game or Jacob deGrom getting a hit in an at-bat?
Well, there's DH now, so.
In his career.
That's fair.
He used to play for the Mets.
I believe statistically it'd be the A's, right?
He's saying the A's, so I'll say Jacob deGrom.
It's Jacob deGrom.
His lifetime batting average is above 150.
Yeah, Jacob deGrom's career batting average is 204.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Go to break.
We'll continue that.
I don't know why that hurt.
When we come back, safe or out, the Nationals might have a really good idea. As promised, we'll talk about Michael Conforto and what do Aaron Judge and Carmichael Dave have in common? It's a real question. We actually do have something in common. We'll tell you next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
So you're saying these conference finals losses are an asteroid in both of these teams' rosters, that eventually it will blow them up. Exploding. What do they call the asteroid that hit when the dinosaurs?
I believe it's called the Jimmy Butler asteroid.
The Jimmy Butler moment, yes.
Right.
Yes. An extinction event is what you're saying these conference finals are.
Big Bang Theory.
For both of Big Bang Theory, yes.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast is looking mostly sunny, and after a cool start to the day, we'll warm into the mid-70s for the afternoon, so very comfortable for this time of year. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Right now at the Roseville Auto Mall, we've got the best Memorial Day savings and selection we've had in years. Head out to Eureka Road off I-80 and kick off summer with a new car, truck, or SUV during the giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
At Hoblet Dodge Jeep Ram, we pride ourselves on honesty, integrity, and getting you a fair deal. Like the bigger dealerships, we sell great Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, but that's where the similarities end. It's how we do business at Hoblet that's the difference. Our handshake is our signature here. If we tell you the truck will cost this much, that's what it'll cost when you get here. If we tell you we're going to sell it to you for a certain price, that's the price we're going to sell it to you for. Our customers come back to us because that's how we do business. If you're in the market for a great new Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, come and see us. We're Hoblet Dodge in beautiful Woodland, California. We're a short 20-minute drive from Sacramento. Come out and meet our great staff. We promise we'll treat you with respect and keep our word when you do business with us. We're Hoblet Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You'll find us on Main Street in Woodland, California, USA. Thanks for dropping by. Again, if you want a dealership that prides themselves in honesty, integrity, and getting you a fair deal, you'll find it at Hoblet Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Hey, Scott, you look great. Yeah, I'm feeling good and have a new job. No, there's something different about the way you look.
To be honest, a few months ago, I had an amazing robotic hair transplant procedure at XL Medicine. It's called the artist procedure.
No way. Your hair looks completely natural, and you don't even have a scar. How did they do that?
Dude, the artist system is amazing. I have this fantastic hairline, and I'm happy with my results. XL Medicine could probably help you too, buddy.
Using the artist procedure, Dr. Singh and Dr. Graywall can target and harvest healthy hair follicles with micron-level accuracy from the back of your head and transplant them where you need it. The procedure is painless, and you'll be back doing your regular activities in a couple of days. Ask Dr. Singh and Dr. Graywall at XL Medicine about the artist procedure. Call today, 916-932-4470. That's 932-4470 for a complimentary in-person or Zoom consultation, or on the web at xlmedicine.com. That's EXCEL medicine.com. See what the artist procedure can do for you.
These are actors and not real patients.
Hey guys, did you know June is Men's Health Month? Prioritize your health and address those issues you've been ignoring. Revive Men's Health Sacramento has guaranteed low T and ED solutions. Book your free exam and T-check today and save $199. And find out how you can get a free 1-month supply of custom ED medication. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
So I'm a public school teacher and I'm on my feet all day long. That would be on concrete. The pain would like shoot up my heels and just increased from the bottom of my feet up. Then my back started hurting. So my husband and I were driving and I went, oh, look, there's a Good Feet store. I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. That was a perfect name for her. And the cool thing about the Good Feet store is that you're able to try before you buy. I had free fittings. She was able to fit me with special arch supports. And so I walked around in the store. Within 30 minutes, I started sobbing because I had no pain. Well, if your feet are hurting, do something about it. You don't have to grin and bear it. You need to go to the Good Feet store and get some arch supports. I'm Deidre, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
It's the Folsom Lake Ford Memorial Day Sell-a-thon. Get low finance rates and Memorial Day bonus cash now through Monday. With their biggest and best selection in years, shop Folsom Lake Ford, 35 years in the Folsom Auto Mall.
Sactown Sports.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Boston Celtics whopped the Miami Heat 110-97 in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 6 is on Sunday with the Miami Heat up 3-2. The Celtics made 16 three-pointers, including 6 from Derek White and 4 from Marcus Smart. The Oakland A's in Las Vegas have a tentative agreement for a stadium deal. Casey Pratt joined Jason Ross and Chris Watkins to break down the deal, and you can listen to that interview at SactownSports.com and on the Sactown Sports YouTube. On the field, the Oakland A's have lost 7 games in a row and are now 10-42, the worst start to a season through 52 games in the history of Major League Baseball. Next closest team is the 1987 San Diego Padres at 12-40, 2 games behind the Oakland A's mark. The A's begin a 3-game series with the Astros. You can listen on Sactown Sports. Those are your headlines. Now let's return to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jay Mars.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Safer Out coming up. It was reported today. I want to see if everyone goes to the same place I did. I want to see if Kyle does first, though, so hold your tongue, Jay.
Okay.
Britain's Queen Elizabeth reportedly faced a potential assassination threat 40 years ago ahead of a trip to the United States, according to newly released documents from the FBI. Kyle, when you hear that story, does anything come?
I did not want the Kings to win the championship.
That's well
That's
done.
what I think of.
It's actually well done. Right? No, Jay, because I didn't think Kyle would get this.
Just going to Florida.
No, that's where you went?
Nope.
There's only one person I thought of, and one person only, and I got to think. Please tell me there's somebody out there, at least a couple, that thought the same thing. It's the only thing to think. 40 years ago, the FBI says that Queen Elizabeth.
73 then?
Well,
83.
83. Oh! Sacramento.
No, there's. Come on, man. Now you guys are thinking of Reggie Jackson, huh?
Why would I be thinking of Reggie Jackson?
I don't know the Reggie Jackson Queen story.
You don't know, you never saw Naked Gun?
No.
Oh, God. I worked
Nope.
with. I get there's text line 916-339-1140.
I feel like the text line's going to turn into like the
YouTube chat, please. Yes, there was a whole thing. One of the plot lines in The Naked Gun is Leslie Nielsen had to find somebody was going to assassinate Queen Elizabeth, and they had a look-alike and everything. They went to an Angels game, and then you had Reggie Jackson ended up being the guy, spoiler alert, who grabbed the gun out of second base and was like, I must kill the Queen.
Speaking of Reggie Jackson, we have 6 minutes for Safer Out. So
Safer Out. Fine.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Thank you, Campeo, on the chat, knowing exactly where we were going with that. Reggie Jackson it was. Safer out. Question 1.
I'll save it for later.
Thank
The Nationals are having issues selling tickets, so they're now offering dang it. I beat it yesterday, but I couldn't beat them as
Good job,
today.
Nate.
They're now offering 2 field level vouchers for $70 at Costco. Safe or out? This is a good tactic on the Nationals' behalf.
I hate when you put together these questions. I know you're doing the research, so I don't want to put you on the spot. Do you happen to know? I'm assuming these are 2 field vouchers for 70.
Field vouchers
They're not
for
70 each. Okay.
No.
I think it's a wonderful idea. I think it's where baseball is going. I truly do, and I've talked about this before. If you get the A's, if it wouldn't tick off their 500 season ticket holders, the best thing they could do, like if they play in Oakland next year, they should be the first team ever to offer free tickets. First come, first serve. You sign up. You can get the passes online. That's how you get them. They could cordon off certain areas like behind home plate and the super premiums. But 98% of the stadium, you can get free vouchers online, and you can sit where you want to sit based on first come, first serve, because you get parking, because you get concessions. There's revenue you get. They're still going to play the game. They still have to have security. This is a wonderful move by the Nationals because their revenue overall is going to increase based on where it would have had they not done this.
Yeah, I'm safe on this as well. I know like people are making fun of it online, but at the end, beginning, and middle of the day, you're just trying to make money. And listen, if you can catch someone at Costco and that's the one place where you can catch people in this pseudo type of vulnerability because everything's a deal there. Yeah. And it's like you look at, like, I don't need that, but man, where else am I going to find it for that price? That's Nationals tickets. And it's like field level, take you and the wife out on a date for $70. Oh, and you get a slice of pizza and a hot dog and a drink for $3.80.
Honest to God, what the Nationals should do is see if they can't partner with Costco fully, and they offer the $70 vouchers. But also, what comes with that? $1.50 Costco hot dog and a soda at the game. Boom,
bam.
For $70.
The fact you haven't sent all this in an email to Dave Cavill is kind of crazy.
$71.50 gets you 2 tickets to the game. Actually, $73 gets you 2 tickets to the game, 2 hot dogs, and 2 drinks.
You say this, but the A's have already done something kind of similar.
Yeah.
You can buy packages of 37 tickets for $99, but what comes for the $99 is 37 tickets and a $4 A's t-shirt.
Hey, there you go.
That might actually be the better move than the Nationals.
Well, once again, I'll reiterate that if you sit behind home plate, it's all you can eat and all you can drink.
Yeah.
And I think they should do that all the time.
For you upper middle class rich people.
You're an upper middle class rich person. Got him. Number 2.
Safe or out?
I'm actually lower class rich. Lower middle class rich.
Lower middle class rich?
Yeah.
Giant slugger Michael Conforto hit his 7th homer in 14 games last night, and as Carmichael Dave said, went 4 for 4.
Yeah, he did.
Safer out. Conforto has been one of the best value signings in Major League Baseball.
He's making $18 million a year. He signed a 2-year, $36 million deal, and he's got a little bit of power. I would say if the question is just simply, has he been one of the best value signings? Yeah, he's been one of the best value signings. And the fact that he makes $18 million a year to hit 240 is awesome. Good for him.
You're such an old man looking at batting average still.
That's because that's what baseball is now. Sit back and wait and jack a 3-run home run.
Yeah, but it's also OPS.
It would be great would be contact. It would be great would be a bunt.
That's cute.
It would be great a sac fly, a double switch.
Look at him.
He's got an OPS plus of 120.
You should start like a podcast with Robbie Thompson or something and wax poetic about when baseball was great.
When baseball was great.
Safe.
This
is
a home
this
run
is 100%
derby.
safe. Conforto, I liked it when they signed him in the offseason. I mean, this is a former All-Star with the Mets. Didn't play in 2020 due to injury, and then was, essentially comes back from injury last year. Wasn't good. But you knew if he was healthy, he could eventually get back to this. And you look at, every signing the Giants make is a value signing.
That's true.
When you look at the other ones, Stripling, Manaea, and Conforto, Conforto has worked out a lot better than any of those guys.
The Giants are Costco. It's all value, dude. Best bang for the buck.
More Sam's Club.
Okay, number 3.
Safe or out?
I'm convinced Jay Mars is purposely mistyping stuff to test me. But
no, honest to God, I type this stuff at 4 a.m., dude.
Okay. Aaron Judge debuted his new dog, Gus Judge, last night prior to the Yankees-Orioles game. Safer out, Aaron Judge is a listener to our show and stole the name from Carmichael Dave.
I'm going to go safe. First off, Sacramento's Aaron Judge. You can check it out. Born right here in Sack of Tomatoes. Number 2, I saw the dog this morning. It looks like a Labrador weenie combo, a Labuini.
Labini.
Yeah. But here's the thing. What is often mistook about my dog is his name is Gus, but that is a nickname. His full name is Gustavo the Bus Puppy Dog the Third. He's Gus the Bus. And Aaron Judge's dog is not a bus. My Gus is a bus.
Yeah, Aaron Judge's dog is like a Prius.
Yeah, exactly. It's Gus, the Nate Littlefield Prius. That's what it is.
That's who actually hit Nate.
Exactly. It's just a little sweet. Gus is a stout dog. My Gus, he's a stout dog. He's a classy dog. He's a majestic dog, even, I would say. This is what they have. It's a designer dog, says the guy with the French Bulldog. So I would say appreciate it, though, Aaron Judge. Shout out. And maybe my next animal, I'll name it Judge. Just as kind of a hat tip back to him.
I'm going to go out on this with the caveat. If he gets another dog and names it Nacho, then there's a real conspiracy happening.
Yes. If he's got Gus the Bus and Nacho Chouini, yes, it's 100% a conspiracy. Maybe I can get Aaron to sign my dog.
Not a bad idea.
Maybe I'll sign Aaron's dog.
Would you sell an autograph to Gus on the free market?
You can't put a price on the bus.
I think you could.
There are times when I would have to think about selling one of my kids versus a dog.
If I said I give you $100,000 for an autographed Gus the Bus by Aaron Judge, you say no?
That's what upper middle class guys can do, man. We'll take a break when we come back. By the way, good luck getting that past my wife. When we come back, we got some Raider.
I think I can convince her.
Got some Raider tidbits for you. Jimmy Garoppolo. Something happened to Jimmy, shockingly. And Josh McDaniels speaks. We'll do that next.
The 49ers 2023 schedule is out and filled with big matchups.
The 49ers start the season with a Week 1 showdown in Pittsburgh.
At home in Week 5 against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
And a Week 13 NFC Championship game rematch with the Eagles.
Plus, get every 49ers game this season on Sactown Sports. Visit SactownSports.com for the latest team news and a full schedule breakdown.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. Well, the A's bullpen has been in such flux this year that only Sam Maul remains from the group that started the season. But there are some good stories down there, including the right-hander Lucas Erceg, a South Bay product. He was drafted by the Brewers as a position player, didn't convert to pitching full-time until last year, but then made his major league debut at the age of 28 against the Astros on May 19th. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
All right, going to get to these Raiders notes here in a second, but based on safe or out, Jay asked me a question, and it really is kind of bothering me, so let me just get the answer. Good morning, sweetheart. How are you? Thank you for waiting.
Good.
Hi. I know I didn't tell her. It's my wife. I didn't tell her why I had her call in.
Ooh.
That's okay. And
and I just woke up.
That's perfect because there's no filter. Well, not like there's normally one.
Have the dump button ready.
So you probably don't know this, but Aaron Judge, the Yankees player?
Yes.
Okay, so he just got a new dog. We think it's like a Labrador weenie combination, and he named it Gus. And so the question was, did he listen to the show and did he copy us because Gus the bus? And I said, no, because his dog is not a bus. Ours is a bus. There's a difference. But then Jay asked a very important question, which was if Aaron Judge signed our dog and autographed it, and somebody offered you, and I want you to really think about this. This isn't a radio bit. Really think about this. If somebody offered you $100,000 for Gus because he had Aaron Judge's autograph, would you take it?
What? This is too much.
No, just simple. Somebody pulls up with a briefcase with $100,000 and says, "I want to buy Gus." I'm asking you, would you sell Gus for $100,000?
Let me cover his ears. Yeah, I would.
Wow, really?
Woman of principle.
I was wrong. I said you wouldn't.
It's $100,000. I can get another Gus.
You're 100% lying. There's no chance. You say goodbye to him. You have to say they're taking him away, and he's looking at you like, "Mommy."
I'll just look away and count my money.
All right, I think you're full of garbage. But I'm going to test the theory. I'm going to have somebody come by the house later today with $100,000 and see if you actually go through. The dog and you are inseparable. Inseparable.
So you're going to do that?
Yeah, I can create a new bond with a new Gus.
And you're going to get one of those.
Money.
You're going to get one of
What I'm trying to say is don't do that because she'll take the $100K and create a new bond with the new husband too.
That's a good point right there. Thank you, dear.
Oh, hey. What? I would take $50,000 for a new husband.
Is it weird that every time I go on a
dog
trip,
is worth more than you?
Every time, the dog is 100% worth more than me to Melissa. Have a good day. Kiss the kids, and I love you.
Oh, love you too.
You heartless bee.
Okay, whatever.
Bye. I'm telling you, I think she's full of it.
I don't think so.
She loves that. Lives for that dog. Lives for the dog.
Apparently lives for money more.
Okay. Raider tip. And by the way, Pete, just relax. She's joking.
Peter's texting in?
I don't know, but I just expect somebody he couldn't pay me $10 million for that dog.
You're tripping, dude.
Jimmy Garoppolo had foot surgery after the signing, and he will not be there for OTAs, which is something I think most people suspected. As long as he's ready, who cares? As long as he's ready for the regular season, who cares? Right?
Are you one of those anti-OTA guys?
I'm not anti-OTA. I understand there's importance to them, and coaches have said it enough and players have said it enough. It's not just walking through. It's a check-in on your off-season regimen. You try to stay in some sort of football shape, and also it's a team thing. It's a bonding thing. It's there's an upside to it.
I think a first-year guy on a team should probably attend OTAs.
Oh, I totally agree.
That's just me.
And if somebody's
also, wasn't he ramping up to play Super Bowl ready and then get surgery?
Well,
I'd like to know more about that. I'm not trying to claim he's done something.
I'm with you. And maybe he could have played in the Super Bowl and then had the surgery after. Well, it came out yesterday that LeBron had a torn tendon that he played throughout, as the clutch Rich Paul cycle of press goes out there. I do buy it. And here's Josh McDaniels, Raiders head coach, on that.
You'll see him. I mean, I'm not going to run down a list every time here, but no, he's going through his process just like we knew he would. Nothing has happened that would surprise us based on, the information we had. Same thing with Tyree. Again, there's a number of guys you're not going to see out there today. So, rehabbing the things that they're rehabbing. And again, we know we don't play a game for over 100 days. So they're doing everything they can do to get right. And when they're all ready to go, then eventually they'll be back on the field.
Okay.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, did he really say anything
said
there?
nothing.
That was the biggest nothing burger statement I've ever heard. That made Monty McNair look introspective and open
and revealing.
Yeah, my gosh. Josh go to Princeton? What was that? Here's huh?
I need to look up where he went.
Probably at Boston College. Devontae Adams also has had some comments, some more open than others, about the Raiders. And Josh McDaniels thinks he's earned that right.
Tay and I have a great relationship. I know he does with Dave as well, and he's here every day. And I didn't read the whole thing, so I don't really know exactly, every nook and cranny of that. But I don't think there's much drama here in terms of, my relationship, his relationship with us, the way he works, the way he goes about his business. Obviously, he had a great year last year, and just looking forward to year two.
Here, just for context, here's Josh on the specific comment.
I respect the hell out of anything that they would say or suggest or anything like that during the course of the process of trying to improve our team, which I know where Devontae comes from. He's a competitor. He wants to win. And that's really his sole focus. And, that's what he does here every day. He's here pushing himself, pushing his teammates. He's been a tremendous leader again this spring for our football team.
So just so everyone understands, Adams was asked at OTAs. They tried to clarify it. The press did, and said, hey, do you want to set the record straight? He said, it's not really setting the record straight. A lot of things get taken out of context, which is always there. But he said basically, I don't see eye to eye with the Raiders on a lot of stuff.
Gee, I wonder what that sparked from.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
BFF college buddy getting traded.
Yeah. And on top of that, okay, well, if he's going to get traded, the only thing that would probably satiate Devontae Adams would be bring back Aaron Rodgers.
That or another star quarterback in that realm, which, oh, by the way, not too many.
Right.
Oh, did you know Rodgers was available for them to go get?
I did not know that.
Yeah, shocking.
He said he disagreed. He told the Ringer he disagrees with the front office's vision for the offense. Quote, they think this is the best bet for us right now to put us in a position to be urgent. We don't see eye to eye on what we think is best for us right now. But he said I'm going to have to buy into this and try to be as optimistic as possible. It's not what I expected to happen, but it's something that's the reality right now.
That is the last thing you want to hear from your star receiver. But shout out, I'll give Josh McDaniels credit there. That's probably the right thing that he said. Like, hey, man, it's okay to vent. I've been there.
Yeah.
Are you going to call out Devontae Adams?
No, you can't.
That's my point. Like, he put McDaniels in a super tough spot.
And he did. And McDaniels handled it the best way he possibly could.
I'm saying.
But here's the bottom line. And Devontae Adams sees this. Josh McDaniels is a terrible coach. And the Raiders are terrible.
Really?
And he knows this.
They got Jimmy Garoppolo.
And he's not getting younger. And they didn't take any steps forward. Derek Carr for Jimmy Garoppolo is at best a lateral move. Darren Waller's gone. Not that he was there every game last year, and I understand that. They did retain Josh Jacobs, and that's fine. And football is one of those things where you never know. But there is no history of Josh McDaniels being a good coach. There's no history of him being a good coach. So if you're Devontae Adams, look, you went there thinking one thing, and you're being set up for another. And at Devontae's, where he's at in his career right now, he doesn't have time. Ain't nobody having time for that, as somebody once said.
Well, unless they trade him, he's still there for at least 2 years. I mean,
he signed the deal.
He has an opt-out in 25.
Yeah.
But the Raiders can't let him go prior to that because he's a $54 million cap hit this year and a $40 million cap hit the next year. Dead cap, I'm sorry.
And he's playing for a coach, by the way, that has never made the playoffs, and that has a lifetime record of 17-28.
Everything's fine.
Including 6-11 last year. We'll take a break. When we come back, speaking of Oakland-y things and Las Vegas-y things, let's switch over to another future probable Oakland to Vegas transplant. Let's talk or listen to Rob Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, talking about the relocation vote on the A's. We'll hear from Michelle Dapper in this next segment next.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast is looking mostly sunny, and after a cool start to the day, we'll warm into the mid-70s for the afternoon, so very comfortable for this time of year. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Right now at the Roseville Auto Mall, we've got the best Memorial Day savings and selection we've had in years. Head out to Eureka Road off I-80 and kick off summer with a new car, truck, or SUV during the giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
As a roofer, I don't have time to fail. Homeowners rely on me, so I rely on Beacon. Beacon's unique network of branches work together to get me what I need when I need it. Every branch working together. And with the new Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. Now through June, purchase online with Beacon Pro Plus, web or app, and earn up to $1,500. Beacon, always building.
Sacramento's M&S Auto Sales invite you to drop by and look around their lot full of super clean vehicles, all polished up and ready for a classic American summer road trip. Will your trip be on Highway 1 with the top down? Or a trip to the hills in your new 4x4 from M&S Auto Sales? M&S Auto has great cars and trucks, and you get a great deal every time. That's how it works at M&S Auto Sales on El Camino Avenue, just off the Cap City Freeway. MSAutogroup.com.
Hey kids, Carmichael Dave here. Memorial Day, it's really the year's first big outdoor party. Friends, family, fun, and food. Man, Amy's Outdoor Living has food options for you. Maybe even change it up a bit with a new Uni pizza oven. Think about it. Dogs, burgers, and pizza. You're a hero. 100%. Right now at Amy's, save 20% on a new Uni Karu pizza oven at just $239. $239 for a pizza oven. You ready to barbecue? The Traeger Timberline 850, that's the one I have, and the 1300 Geb one are reduced by $600 for Memorial Day. Amy's also has a great selection of umbrellas in stock, perfect for shade in this warm weather. Need patio furniture? From now to Memorial Day, Amy's will pay the sales tax on all in-stock patio furniture, cushions, and umbrellas. Amy's Outdoor Living, El Camino near Watt, and inside Amy Ace Hardware in the El Dorado Town Center.
We're at it again, California. The hottest offers of summer are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. The Memorial Day Sell-a-thon is back at your California Ford dealer. It's bigger than ever. Right now, get $1,000 open trade assist cash on top of all other offers on F-150 and across the Ford SUV lineup. Only during the Memorial Day Sell-a-thon. It's better than ever. We have more inventory on the ground and ready to go now. The hottest offers of summer are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Hurry, it all ends May 31st. So go to your California Ford dealer today. $1,000 open trade assist cash available on the 2022 Ford Escape and 2022 and 2023 Ford Explorer, Edge, Expedition, Bronco Sport SUV, and F-150 truck. Open trade assist cash requires trade-in of 95 or newer vehicle or lease terminated 30 days prior to or 90 days after new retail delivery. Residency restrictions apply. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 5/31/23. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
When you're ready to get properly fitted for golf clubs, join the thousands of Northern California golfers who visited the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio. Players of all abilities found the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers answers to questions about golf club fitting. You'll find a professional staff of fitters, major equipment brands, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan. See for yourself at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Call 916-808-2531 to schedule your fitting. 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Everyone knows Elk Grove Kia is home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new Kia. But did you also know that Elk Grove Kia is your one-stop place for used cars? I'm talking over 300 used cars available. With Kia's certified program, with its 165-point quality assurance inspection, we know peace of mind on used cars is important. And that's why we also offer extended service agreements on all our used makes and models. Most prices are under Kelley Blue Book retail. New car protection at used car prices. From used sports cars to used delivery vans, we got them all at Elk Grove Kia. And our financing folks have over 100 years of combined experience. So we approve just about everyone. No credit, little credit, bad credit, no problem. And Elk Grove Kia is proud of our don't like it, bring it back guarantee for up to 3 days or 150 miles, no questions asked. Why would you buy your used car anywhere else? So check us out online at elkgrovekia.com today.
Turn your highway into a smileway. Elk Grove Kia. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTK AM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headline. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Boston Celtics whomped the Miami Heat 110-97 in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics made 16 three-pointers, including 6 from Derek White. Game 6 is on Sunday in Miami, with the Heat leading 3-2. The Oakland A's and Las Vegas have a tentative agreement for a stadium deal. Casey Pratt joined Jason Ross and Chris Watkins to break down the deal, and you can listen to that interview at SactownSports.com and on the Sactown Sports YouTube. On the field, the A's have lost 7 games in a row. They're now 10-42, continuing to set the all-time mark for worst start to a season since baseball moved to 162 games. Those are your headlines. It is 7:01, which means it's time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. Now, let's start hour 2 of the Carmichael Dave Show with J. Mars.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Mayor Steinberg announced yesterday he will not be running. What do they call it running? How about a brisk walk?
Jogging.
He will not be seeking another term as mayor. He will join us at 7:27, so we can kind of talk some of the sporty angles. Also, what is a post-retirement Darryl Steinberg going to be? Is he gunning for our jobs?
No,
Steinberg in the morning?
So
Middays?
Middays might be more.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let them know there's, maybe there's an opening. I know they published it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Try him out.
Just trying to think of the mayor as a sports.
He's a huge baseball. He's a huge baseball.
I'm not saying he's not.
Huge
I'm just.
baseball fan.
I've actually the vision just entered my mind, and it's. I don't know if I like it.
Well, I'll let him know that. That's coming up at 7:27. Jay does not like him.
I just feel like he can do so much more.
Also, from
than this peasantry.
Maybe the best or worst thing about Twitter is the receipts that it provides. You're familiar with the baseball writer John Heyman?
Very familiar with John Heyman.
This tweet crossed my desk yesterday. Like I have a desk. He says, breaking, guy I never heard of likely to sign for $1/7 of $1 billion. He was quote tweeting Shams Charania in 2018, announcing that Nikola Jokic signed a 5-year, $146 million extension. And he didn't just double down. He tripled down, quadrupled down, and quintupled down. Like somebody was like, dude, he's gonna be a really good, like he's on the way. And John's like, yeah, I'm sure it's another overpay. I don't even follow, and I know this is bad.
That right?
Yeah, it's like,
here's
bro,
the thing.
Come on, guy.
You outed yourself at A, I've never heard of, and B, I don't follow. So there's a rule with that I like to, like Lionel Messi. Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what is he like? He's paid. Him and Ronaldo, right?
Yeah.
I could not tell you what they do on a soccer field. I just know if they're making that much money, it's for a reason.
Could you?
You know what I mean? And so I would never be like, guy I've never heard of gets overpaid, even though I've never seen a second of them on the pitch.
Could you pick them out of a lineup?
I could pick Ronaldo. I couldn't pick Messi. I don't know what Messi looks like.
Messi's going to be the shortest person on the field, so that might help.
Oh,
that's a great point. I'm trying to think of a short transition over to Rob Manfred.
Rob Manfred's not tall.
Yeah, probably not. And he's certainly not long on clarity when it comes to a lot of things, including this relocation process. I said we were going to hear from Michelle Dapper. We're actually grabbing this off her Twitter feed. Here's Rob Manfred on the A's relocation process.
I think they're pretty settled on the site, the MGM site. I think they have an agreement. It's really now a question of getting a finalized financing package that would allow them to build on that site. I think you'd have to ask the mayor of Oakland that. I mean, she said she had cut off negotiations after an announcement was made in Las Vegas. I don't have a crystal ball as to where anything's going. There's not a definitive deal done in Las Vegas, and we'll have to see how that plays out. It's possible that a relocation vote could happen as early as June. It's very difficult to have a timeline for Oakland until there's actually a deal to be considered. There is a relocation process internally that they need to go through, and we haven't even started that process.
Well, that's good.
So you haven't started the relocation process, but you think there could be a vote next month?
Yeah, here's the thing. He's just so full of garbage because all you need to hear is the reports that the representatives that negotiated this are the Nevada state and local governments, the A's, and Major League Baseball. So Major League Baseball is just going to conceivably send people out to Nevada, negotiate the whole thing, do the whole thing. They'll be like, well, you got to pass the relocation test. I don't know why. And I would love to know from Rob. Robert.
Right, said Manfred.
Why are the A's getting such a greased up runway to do this? There, no relocation fee, a formality for the relocation. Do they just, honestly, do they just either A, hate Oakland that much, or B, what I suspect, which makes the most sense, even though it's a conspiracy theory for sure. But what makes the most sense is that baseball is so in bed with the gambling industry right now that there are things going on behind the scenes financially that make a lot of sense for baseball to put a team in Vegas, and this is the easiest way to do it.
Well, not just the easiest way. You could always expand into Vegas, but why expand when we have a team that we can just take and put there? That way we can get another two relocation markets to go to, number one. Also, number two, I don't know if you caught early in the audio, he did one of two things. He won out of the A's for possibly being on the MGM site, which wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to me, and they just haven't announced it, although we know they've toured other sites since signing the deal. Or he doesn't even know where the hell they're playing.
I don't think he knows where the hell they're playing.
That's what I took it as too, because he's not, he is dumb enough to accidentally out them, but when I look at him on the dumb meter, it's more of like, MGM, I think. I don't even know where the damn deal's at.
Well, and that's another, when you talk about things that turn you off when it comes to baseball or turn one off, one of the things that's turned me off is the commissioner. And it's not just,
he's really bad,
but it's not just him. We haven't had a commissioner really since Faye Vincent's. Remember, just
how Bud Selig was
just a real quick history reminder for people. The office of the commissioner was created right around, I want to say 1919, during after the Black Sox scandal. That
was 17, right?
17, the Chicago White Sox. It was an 8-man out, and there's a couple other movies on it, basically through the World Series. And baseball was in a lot of trouble. The public trust was broken. And so a guy by the name of Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis was brought in as the first commissioner. And the idea was that the commissioner was paid by the league, but did not work for the owners, did not work for the players. He and his office had complete autonomy over all the dealings when it came to baseball on the field and off the field and all that. Owners own, players play, commissioners commission. That's it. And it went on and on and on, from Kennesaw Mountain Landis to, I don't know them all, but Ford Frick to Peter Uberoth, who may have been the best commissioner, Bart Giamatti, who dealt with the whole Pete Rose scandal and died early of a heart attack, to Faye Vincent, who was his replacement. And then all of a sudden, somehow it became okay. Let's take a team owner and let's put him. And if I remember correctly at first, when Bud Selig replaced Faye Vincent, if I remember correctly, I want to say it was the idea was that it was going to be temporary. I could be wrong about that. But then Bud Selig served forever.
Poorly. And
now gave way to Rob Manfred again, who is, this is somebody the owners have put in that does not have autonomy. The commissioner's office has basically now become an extension of ownership. Which is not good for the game. You have to have an independent commissioner, especially in baseball.
And when you point out not good for the game and you go specifically to the A's with Bud Selig, I think it's pretty well known now. He was fraternity brothers with Lou Wolf.
That's right.
Who was the group that John Fisher was originally a part of that bought the A's when Reggie Jackson had a group together that looked like a strong financial thing, sell it to, now he wanted to get his old college buddy a team, and boy, has that not turned out well for Oakland.
We're going to hear from Casey Pratt a little bit later. Casey works for ABC7 in the Bay Area, who's been on top of this more than anybody else in media. He joined Jason Ross and Chris Watkins yesterday and had some comments specifically on the relocation, but also on where the A's might end up in Las Vegas, as well as this thing just continues to go and the drama is nowhere near over. We will take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness brought to you by Fire Wings. We'll take stock in the Heat Celtics series, including a new wrinkle that may explain why the Heat have been blown out pretty much 2 games in a row. And on this day in 1993, we're right back in just 1 minute.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast is looking mostly sunny, and after a cool start to the day, we'll warm into the mid-70s for the afternoon, so very comfortable for this time of year. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
A nice warm shower is not so nice if it doesn't drain like it should. Well, let's fix that right now. Get a sewer inspection, including mainline drain cabling and video analysis, just $97. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Spring officially here. And with the long, cold, and rainy winter behind us, I'm sure you're counting the days until summer. But don't wait until it's hot to make sure your air conditioner is working efficiently and, most importantly, safely. Get ahead of the problem with a $49 AC tune-up from American Energy Heat and Air. There's nothing worse than your air conditioner going out when it's hot outside. Get a tune-up today and make sure you and your family are comfortable and cool in your home for the hot summer months that are right around the corner. Give them a call, 916-520-9990, or schedule your appointment online at AmericanEnergyAir.com. Better Business Bureau, A+ rating. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. Easy, convenient payment options, same as cash, low monthly payments through financing partners. What do you need? 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, for one day only, 1 day left, I should say, Jason Ross in middays, as he has been all week. From what I saw on the schedule, we will be full strength next week.
That's
myself,
right.
Jason Ross, and Jay Mars, except for Monday, as we are off for Memorial Day. Everybody at the station is off. The entire station is not
Everyone?
working, except for you. And who's with you? Is it Watkins?
Watkins, and then Nate will be running our board, and then Kyle will be here to let all of the listeners around Northern California listen to the Oakland A's game.
Look at you. So that's 9 to noon Monday?
Yeah.
A special
Tune in.
Memorial Day edition live show right here on Sactown Sports. Good for you guys. I had asked if I could do that. And
I know, but
they said no.
Well, you know the reason why is, and I really petitioned for you with Brian. No, it wasn't lack of talent. Brian was like, look, Dave's overworked right now.
That's true.
He of all people needs a 3-day weekend. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'll step in.
I mean, I am the everybody else on the show has taken vacation since I last did.
It's true.
Put it that way. Three for Madness brought to you by Fire
I
Wings.
think I have another one coming up before you do.
I believe. I mean, they just keep on rolling in. You know, I will say this. I took stock of my vacation and my sick days yesterday. I have exactly enough combined to take off. If I get my sick days, I can come back sometime beginning of September, right when football opening day
Now
is.
you're making us all just feel bad.
No, sick, but most of it's sick days. But there's no way.
Well, yeah, dude, you're like iron. You don't get sick ever.
Ever. Immune system is strong like bull.
Same as me. I've been sick once in 5 years.
See, look at you. There you go. It's because of your understated clothing.
Yes.
It really does help the immune system.
Tie-dye Friday.
Tie-dye Friday. Number one.
Well, we got 3 questions. That's
Good.
2 plus 1, just
Thank
like
you.
the 21 flavors at Fire Wings.
Hey, well done.
That is actually really good.
That is really good.
Three
Question
for Madness.
Question one.
Question one.
Question one.
The Miami Heat have gone 0-2 since Jimmy Butler and Shakira followed each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
So do you think that the Queen of Latin music has something to do with the Miami Heat dropping 2 games in a row?
Yes.
You know what what is it? Chips don't lie. If you want that ring, you have to stay focused. And I don't know what's going on with Miami, dude. I will say this.
Miami flu, clearly.
The history of athlete and like singer relationships are not that great.
Really? Name a couple.
Well, the Kardashians and everyone.
Damn, you got me there.
Yeah. Didn't Tony Romo and
Jessica Simpson? That was a thing.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. So she married former 49er Eric Johnson.
Yeah.
That worked out.
That worked out fine.
Maybe it's star athlete. Nope. Chris Humphries wasn't a star.
Was not a star at all. I say yes. I say let's blame Shakira. Maybe Shakira is secretly a Boston Celtics fan.
Or like, man, Shakira is like following you potentially in your DMs. I don't know what man doesn't focus on that.
I will say this.
Like,
it was
that's Shakira.
It was what? I think it was 2018.
Seen those elbows?
She followed me on Twitter and Instagram. But the problem was she just kept DMing and DMing me, direct messages all over the place. And I'm like, hello. I have a radio show I have to do.
And I'm married.
Shakira.
Get out of here.
Here's something about Shakira as we move on here. Did you know that Shakira speaks languages?
Yeah, I did.
Multiple?
Did you know that Shakira speaks? She's what's called a polyglot. She speaks.
That sounds very unflattering.
She speaks, I believe, 7 languages or 6. She speaks fluently Spanish, English, Portuguese, Italian, French, and Catalan.
Well, I had a 7th in there.
7th?
Apparently she speaks Jimmy Butler.
Hey, number 2. Some Shakira.
Question 2.
Question 2.
Thank you. They just said that.
If you had to crown an Eastern Conference Finals MVP at this point, who would it be and why is it Sam Hauser?
I don't want to get killed by recency bias. I've been thinking about this question since 3:30 in the morning.
Really?
I have. But
my duty.
I still think it's Jimmy Butler. I get that it's 3. I get the Celtics have won 2 games in a row, but it's still 3-2. It's still an 8 seed beating a 2 seed. Let's not forget. Now that could all change, and I'm not saying that this time next week we're not talking about Jimmy Butler or Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown as MVP. But right now, this second, I'll take the guy who has led an 8 seed from the brink to the Eastern Conference Finals, which is not the question. The question is in this series. And in this series, Jimmy Butler has averaged 24 points, 7 boards, and 6 assists. And he has played really good defense. I'm taking the guy up 3-2.
Yeah, I'm probably going Jimmy as well because nobody really sticks out from Boston. Maybe Tatum, just statistically speaking. But I feel like Jimmy's probably been the best overall player in the series. So, yeah, make him the next Jerry West. Give him the MVP, even if he loses.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Tatum's been fine.
Let's say statistically, he's probably the other argument.
Yeah, I think he's the only other argument. I'm just going to take the guy that's up 3-2. That's the tiebreaker for me. Plus, Jimmy Butler's a better defender. Jason's going to score more than Jimmy almost all the time, but Jimmy's a better defender.
Really?
You don't think Jimmy Butler's a better?
I'm being facetious.
Okay. Number 3. I was like, wait, what? Number 3.
Question 3.
Didn't give Cody Zeller enough love for MVP.
I know.
On this date 30 years ago, Rangers outfielder Jose Canseco took a fly ball off the head that led to a home run for Carlos Martinez of the Cleveland formerly named baseball team that is now the Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the greatest blunder, and shall I say greatest moment in the history of sports?
It's
all right.
Pretty damn good.
It may be the most unique blunder. Greatest and best, though, is so subjective. So let me throw some out. J.R. Smith forgetting the score.
Not better than Canseco.
Oh, that's good. I forgot about that.
Then there's the actual Buckner between the legs.
That's not good.
The Bartman Moises Alou foul ball.
That's also not good.
Chris Webber timeout.
Nope.
Does Randy Johnson killing a bird count?
That's not a blunder.
I would say
conspiracy theory.
Hate the bird.
Conspiracy theory. Randy Johnson wanted that bird murdered.
Yeah, that bird was talking a bunch of garbage.
Wasn't there a player who scored a touchdown and banged his head into a wall?
That was Gus Farrat.
Yeah,
and he gave himself a concussion.
Okay, that's really good.
It's really good. What about the butt fumble?
Not as good as Canseco.
Was it Jim Marshall that ran the wrong way for a touchdown?
Yes, Uncle Jim did do that.
I think I will. Here's how I'm going to couch this. I think Jose Canseco, the ball off the head for the home, and not just a ball hitting him in the head, the ball hitting him off the head and going over for a home run, and the fact that Jose Canseco was just kind of.
That's the thing that it's because it's Jose Canseco.
Right. It had to be.
If that happens to guy that played for the Reds in '96,
Brady Anderson, Eric Davis,
anybody but Jose, and that's what makes it to me the best part. It's Jose Canseco.
It's always weird things seem to find players like that. I would say it's maybe the most iconic blunder ever because the highlights never get old. And I say this again, I want to reiterate.
Also, that had to hurt, right?
Yeah. It's not just that the ball hit him in the head. We wouldn't remember it. It's that it went off his steel-plated noggin into the stand. It would not have been a home run. He created the home run with his head.
Also, the fact that we found out his head isn't hollow is vastly underreported.
No, absolutely. And as opposed to one of the most iconic baseball plays of all time was a blunder. And that was I believe it was Riverfront Stadium. I think it was Cincinnati. The Giants' Kevin Mitchell playing left field overran a ball near foul territory, overran the ball. He played it wrong and then was forced to reach behind his head and catch the ball, which he did, which made it this amazing highlight. But it was a highlight created because he played the ball wrong. It's just how some of those things tend to work. I'll tell you what's not a blunder.
Is that a highlight or a low light for Canseco?
Low light.
Okay.
I would disagree. It's a highlight for all
It's a highlight
time.
for us. I don't think Jose likes it, but he's probably signs pictures of it if you give him enough cash.
He does, yeah.
What wasn't a blunder, though, was creating a peanut butter flavor wing. And that's what Fire Wings did. I don't know if that's their signature flavor. I think it is because the idea of peanut butter and chicken on the surface sounds absolutely disgusting. But as it was explained to me originally, then you think about it. Have you ever had an Asian chicken salad where you have the peanut dressing with little strips of chicken on there? Weirdly enough, they actually go together well. And when you add in the spice, seriously, one of these days, like they did Wednesday when they have 88-cent wing day, I always say, do a scouting trip. Try the peanut butter wings. You will be surprised. They are fantastic, whether it's that, Saigon Street, Jamaican jerk, salt and pepper, which I think is the most underrated flavor. It's so simple. It's so good. My favorite, as I tell you every day, breaded Malaysian curry. There's 21 different flavors. I could do the whole spot just simply reading off flavors, but it's not just chicken wings. It's boneless chicken wings, or as I like to call them, chicken chunks, not chicken nuggets. They're way too big and juicy. There's chicken sandwiches. Now I'm starting to sound like Bubba from Forrest Gump, naming off all the different ways they do chicken. But they do, and they do it right. They soak it in buttermilk all night long, which is why it is so juicy and it is so tender. You can order right now. Have it ready to go. It's Friday. You don't want to cook. So whatever time you're driving home from work today, just go to Firewings, pick it up. That's simple. No lines, no nothing. Go to firewings.com. Find the location nearest you. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Firewings. Hey, just wing it. Coming up next, the mayor of Sacramento, Darryl Steinberg, right after this.
The Kings season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
Returning is honestly my number one priority. Be a part of something special.
Stay tuned all off season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Stockton.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast is looking mostly sunny, and after a cool start to the day, we'll warm into the mid-70s for the afternoon, so very comfortable for this time of year. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Mercedes-Benz of Stockton welcomes you to our Memorial Sales Event. Take the short drive to Stockton and see what the true Mercedes-Benz car buying experience is really about. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton welcomes you to explore the ownership experience you've been missing.
Growing a business brings pressure. Staying compliant and retaining top talent in challenging times. You feel stretched thin. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put over 35 years of HR service and technology to work, offering my employees competitive benefit options while lightening my HR load. Engaged people empowered to be their best means overcoming obstacles. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead.
With free battery testing and charging, AutoZone is here to help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
What if I need a new one?
We have the right batteries right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone.
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Meet Joe A, Joe B, and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect. Support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Boston Celtics whomped the Miami Heat 110-97. The Celtics made 16 three-pointers, including 6 from Derek White and 4 from Marcus Smart. Game 6 is on Sunday with the Miami Heat up 3-2 in the series. The Oakland A's and Las Vegas have a tentative agreement for a stadium deal. Casey Pratt joined Jason Ross and Chris Watkins to break down the deal, and you can listen to that interview at SactownSports.com and on the Sactown Sports YouTube. On the field, the A's lost 7 games in a row. They're now 10-42, continuing to break their record for worst start to a season since Major League Baseball went to a 162-game schedule in 1961. The A's have lost 17 of their last 18 against AL West teams, with 3 more losses on the way this weekend against the Houston Astros. Those are your headlines. Now let's welcome in Mayor Darryl Steinberg to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jay Mars.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Mayor Steinberg's going to join us here in a second.
Dare I say the mayor?
Yeah.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
But is he a writer?
Is that that's a reference to this song?
Tupac. May have heard of him.
Did I read right that Kevin McCarty is going to run for mayor?
Big proponent of the Golden One Center.
Yeah,
Kevin
he was
McCarty?
against it.
I know, I'm being
Can't happen.
jerk.
Can't happen. All right, looks like Nate, if you wouldn't, or Nate, Kyle, whoever.
Kyle.
Looks like the mayor is ready for us. We can bring him in the studio now.
Oh, I see him.
We
right there.
We got to know the mayor back during relocation when he was the I think he was the president of California or something big like that, and he was very active in the legislature and representing us here in Sacramento, streamlining a lot of things to not only make sure we got Golden One Center eventually, but also the Kings in fact stayed. He was in New York for all the big meetings and has been our mayor now for a while, and he announced yesterday officially that he's moving on. He will not seek re-election, and I believe his term runs until December 2024. So, which is good because much like athletes, you get about a year and a half of a retirement tour where everybody, I hope, gives gifts and other great things.
Have you decided what you're getting him?
I have, but it's a surprise. I don't want to say it. We welcome in the Honorable Mr. Darrell Steinberg. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for joining us.
Dave and Jason, great to be with you as always.
So, and by the way, I know you can't see. I should have told you that's my fault. Jay's filling in for Jason today.
Okay, sorry. Hi.
You're fine. So I know that listen, you're gonna be here mayoring for a while, and so we're way too ahead of it. I was just reading the KCRA article, and you haven't endorsed anyone yet. The field's still growing, blah blah blah. But let's just get rid of that right now. And why don't you just endorse me? I don't know what my platform is, but I think it would be fun and interesting. And you'd have a Giants fan in there.
Well, you know what? I think we should have a long discussion about it. So here's the thing. I'd be happy to endorse you, but I'm not sure that you want the job.
Look,
hey, Mr. Mayor, you should probably let him know about the whole hard-working thing. Just right up front.
I've seen those. I'm not gonna lie, and now that you're not running, I think you could just now you just say whatever. Look, I know everything in front of the council is important, and in some cases, it's incredibly important, but I've been to a couple of those council meetings. I don't know how you guys do it. I truly don't know how you sit there every Tuesday. Sure, the important stuff, but the stuff that's like the light fixture on J Street, let's forward a motion to fit. I don't know how you don't nod off sometimes.
Well, in all seriousness, it's first of all, it is an incredible privilege to be the mayor of this city, and I used the word yesterday that gratitude. That's what I feel in my heart. And at the same time, I think it's important to recognize that in the city and in the country, really, that we got to get back to people having a little bit or maybe a lot more respect for one another and different points of view. It's, being there on Tuesday night, there are many great moments, but there's also a lot of anger. Now, anger is, not a bad thing, and sometimes it is justified. But, I said yesterday, I tried to quote, I quoted Abraham Lincoln. How could you go wrong there? I said, we are friends, not enemies. And no matter how deeply held your point of view is on the city, on the future of the city, should be going in this direction, that direction, not fast enough. We have to listen better to each other and at least treat each other with a little bit of kindness. And I think that'll go a long way. We can model the behavior we want to see elsewhere. And I saw during the Kings run, man, we just saw so much happiness. We saw so much community spirit. We saw people coming together. Doesn't matter your political stripe or your view on this and that, and that's the Sacramento that I want to see. I mean, politics, yes, disagreements, debate, fierce debate, but let's do it. Let's do it with a lot of positive spirit.
The mayor, Darrell Steinberg, joining us this morning on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Mr. Mayor, as you know, we're a sports show, so I do want to transition to that if you do not mind.
Not at all.
You've obviously witnessed the whole thing with the Sacramento Kings. We're a huge part in that. And, we've asked several times on this show about, another major league sports team coming. Unfortunately, the MLS thing fell through. It looks like the A's are on their way to Las Vegas, but MLB has talked expansion. My question would be, and it's more of a two-parter. I think we could fill a major league park, but do you think there's an appetite for a public funding mechanism to get that done? And also, you hear a lot about, do we have enough sponsorship and money within the city and the region to bring that to fruition? Do you see either of those things being a deterrent?
Well, for soccer, let's take one at a time. For soccer, we are primed and ready. And, I said it yesterday, I'm never giving up because the city deserves Major League Soccer. And we're going to build a first-class stadium in the rail yards. And I hope it is for Major League Soccer. And when we do it, the public will, in fact, contribute significant resources, different than what we did with the Golden One Center. We'll do it in the form of infrastructure. We'll contribute to significant infrastructure in the rail yards because that extension of our downtown is a big part of downtown and Sacramento's future. And so I remain bullish on the soccer issue. Major League Baseball, I've had a few conversations. Believe me, as mayor of the city, I've had a few conversations, even with some of the right people. The A's probably go to Las Vegas. Expansion, it will happen over the course of the long haul. I am confident. And Sacramento is absolutely a great market for any major league sport, including baseball. The question of what it costs, is real. And so we have to be very realistic about that. The city basically borrowed against its parking fund, $300+ million to be full partners with the Golden One Center. One of the great decisions I think that the city council made, and I was happy to be, as you said, a part of it as president of the Senate. I don't know where we would get that kind of money, at least in the near term. But that's all right. We're a major league city, and we'll always be open to the prospect and possibility, and we're creative. And where there's a will, there's a way.
Mr. Mayor, speaking of being creative, we floated this yesterday with the A's almost certainly moving to Las Vegas as it looks. It's been an absolute debacle. I know you're a huge Giants fan like me. You're a huge baseball guy. It's been a debacle in Oakland this year, attendance-wise and otherwise. But also, when we look at the chessboard in Las Vegas, they have the AAA team down there, but it's open air. And you and I both know the Players Association is never going to allow open-air day games in July and August in Vegas, and they need 3 to 4 years to build it. So I'm trying to look ahead at the chessboard, and, of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but the A's, it seems, because their lease runs out in another year, they're looking at being in Oakland for another year after already agreeing to relocate. Then they're going to need a place to play for 3 years after that. Do you think it's worth having some conversations, especially if Sacramento maybe wants to be on the expansion list? Do you think it's worth a phone call or two to say, hey, if you need a place to play, and I know Vivek and the River Cats and the Giants, there's that whole snafu, but if we can get all parties in the room, is it out of the possibility to think maybe the A's temporarily play here for even one season between now and when they go to Vegas?
Well, break a leg, Las Vegas.
Literally.
Take it any way you want.
Right.
I said this before on the show. I really feel bad for the people of Oakland. It makes me mad as mayor of a city because do right by your city. Do right by your city, especially a loyal city. And I don't think the A's have done right by Oakland. So let me get that off my chest. Yeah. Maybe, just maybe, some of the kinds of conversations that you're just describing, maybe they are happening and have happened. I can't confirm or deny.
Sure.
But just maybe they are happening. We're
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Well,
I know we're talking about for the next 2.5 hours.
Here's what I love. that now see the mayor's announced his that he's moving on. He's not retiring, but he's moving to do other things, to accomplish other things. And but not until December of 2024. So it's like senioritis. If this 4K connection is correct, do I see a little bit of a retirement beard starting?
You do.
Ah,
you do. Yeah. It's
do it.
like, come on, man, why shave? I mean, I don't got to put my face on a piece of mail or on TV. It's all good. No, but hey, but here's the real irony of it. It's really weird. There's I don't know what it is, like a freedom something. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna work even harder the next 18 months on behalf of the city. I feel it. I mean, I feel really good. I am not don't have senioritis at all. I just want to go. I mean, I want to leave this city, having fully recovered from the crises, the pandemic. I want to see us primed. We already are. The foundation is so great, even in the midst of all the challenges over these past years. You think about the investment, the housing, the fact that we're becoming a city of festivals. I mean, music, art, culture, entertainment in real time. I mean, Aftershock set a world record for attendance, and you combine that with the Kings and with our soccer and the Republic, and what's still possible going forward. The best days are ahead, and I want to make sure the next 18 months that I continue to lay that foundation. You never get it all done in your tenure, and I felt 8 years is a good long time to get yelled at. So,
well, look, we're long overdue for a ball game, and you always have a home here. I enjoy weaving in between sports and the city, and it's going to be a year and a half until you moved on, and you're always going to have a place here to come on and pontificate and start awesome rumors and do all that. And I don't know who your replacement's going to be. I will say this: I won't put you in bad spots, but I'm not voting for anyone who was against the arena deal. I can tell you that much if they happen to run. So we'll see what happens there, but it's going to be big shoes to fill.
Thank you so much, guys. And you know what? I didn't mean to really start. I mean, I don't want to raise expectations.
No, it's fine.
Too high on the A's thing, but of course, we always do our due diligence. And the Las Vegas thing that's complicated. And whatever, like I said, break a leg.
Well, we're not going to put this part though in the excerpt we release on social media. Though we're not going to put this part on. We're just going to put the juicy quote out. So
we do our jobs well.
Yeah,
causing me trouble.
We want the hits. You're the best. We're out of time. I wish we had more. Okay. I want to come down there and turn a recorder on one of these days in your office, and we got a lot of stuff in Sacramento worth talking about and spending a lot more time on.
And I look forward to it, guys. Take care.
All right, you too. That's Mayor Darrell Steinberg.
Thank you, Mayor.
Way late for a break. We will be right back right after this.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third, your score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
Are you looking for a solar company that can do it all? Well, look no further than ACR Solar and Home Services. With over 40 years of experience serving the community, ACR Solar is the name you can trust for quality, value, and integrity. Now, that means you can rely on the fact that your solar system will be installed accurately with high efficiency and maintained throughout its lifespan, ensuring dependable performance. What sets ACR Solar and Home Services apart from the rest? Well, for starters, they handle everything in-house with no third-party contractors. But that's not all. ACR Solar is all about customizing solutions to meet your unique needs. Whether you're a homeowner or business owner, ACR Solar has the expertise to design and install a solar system that's tailored just for you. And if you need other services like roofing, battery backup, or pool solar, ACR Solar and Home Services has got you covered there too. So what are you waiting for? Take control of your energy bills and start saving big with ACR Solar and Home Services. Contact them today and let them help you make the switch to solar. Just go to acrsolar.com.
Hey guys, did you know June is Men's Health Month? It's time to address those issues you've been ignoring. Tired? Not feeling like your old self? Lacking drive? Revive Men's Health can improve your quality of life for common issues like low testosterone or ED. Why live with it when you can improve it? And Men's Health Month is the perfect time to take charge of your health. To learn about the real-world benefits of testosterone or ED treatment, book your free exam and T-level check today at Revive Sacramento. And for Men's Health Month, ask how you can get a free 30-day supply of custom ED medication if you're medically qualified. They make it easy, convenient, and they have a 99% patient satisfaction rate. So save $199 with a free exam. And don't forget to ask how you can get a free 30-day supply of custom ED medication. Don't wait. Do it today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
At the Zotex Memorial Day sale, you choose the offer. For a limited time, get 50% off all cabinet materials for your home and commercial kitchen remodeling projects, plus free home delivery when you purchase 5 or more cabinets. Or the awesome Mohawk Revwood waterproof laminate starting at $539 installed. Book your free quote today. Zotex is your one-stop shop for home improvement and renovation projects. Don't miss this Memorial Day weekend limited offer. With 6 showrooms, head to Zotex.com to find a location. Terms and conditions apply.
Zotex.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Now through Memorial Day, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Pain is not normal. Repeat, pain is not normal. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here with the Good Feet store. Does this sound familiar? It's the end of the workday and the pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back is unrelenting. Good Feet understands that you've likely already tried assorted remedies and solutions with no relief. And now you're pretty much resigned to living with the pain. But do not give in to the pain. Instead, come to the Good Feet store for their end-to-end 3-step arch support system. Good Feet is the nation's largest manufacturer and retailer of personalized arch supports. With arch supports in over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities, and an arch support specialist in each store. Come in today for a free no-obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk around the store or around the center. Experience the comfort, balance, and support possible with the Good Feet system. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now in Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Yes, we've got Celtics right.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Our thanks to the mayor who joined us, which is cool because, honestly, I think that was his first sit-down since his announcement yesterday. And, look, we're always transparent here. Politics are a thing.
Really?
And maybe some people are fans, maybe they aren't. That's always going to happen with a high-profile, any politician. But, we're a sports show, but we're a Sacramento show, first and foremost. That's always going to be the case, at least when I have a microphone, is Sacramento's always going to come first. And, Daryl was in the trenches for that. And also will be a huge part of the future of the city from a sporting standpoint for the next year and a half. Now, what he said in that interview, which is going to perk, I promise you, a lot of ears.
Mine were, yeah. I looked at the camera like, whoa.
Around Northern California.
I was not expecting that today.
Yeah. And look, Darryl Steinberg's a politician. He doesn't just slip up and say stuff, off the cuff, although I'd like to think he's very comfortable with us, but he's not just going to accidentally trip and fall and say something like that. So I'm going to expand on what he said with what I think is an educated guess. And I think I'm right about this. I think what the mayor is saying, or what he said in between the lines, is, yeah, of course there's been conversations. She's not stupid. You look ahead at what's going on. I mean, we're dumb idiot radio hosts. We don't know the wheels. And you're looking at the A's almost certainly relocating. And Darryl had to pay homage, and rightfully so, to Oakland. And the fact that it sucks that they're losing the team. But if the team is gone and there's an opportunity, by the way, also for Oakland fans, because this is about the closest they could go. And they could still come up and watch the games. In fact, for some people in the Bay Area, it's an equal or shorter drive to Sacramento. Now, the premise is the A's agree to go to Vegas. They have 4 years until the stadium is built. They more than likely would prefer to not be in Oakland next year because it's a fiasco already, much less a full year when they're already gone. So why would they want to do that? They may just push through for a year because they have the lease and they're cheap, but maybe they work something out and buy out the lease. And then they're orphans. Well, why don't they just go to Vegas? There's a AAA stadium. As we've said earlier this week, as Jay pointed out when he went over the schedule, the AAA stadium is night games all summer long. The only time there's day games is when the weather's fine in the early part of the season. The Major League Baseball Players Association is not going to allow players from either side to be on the field in hot conditions. And by hot, meaning like we've seen temperatures go up on the turf in the old school days in St. Louis, Kansas City, the humidity in Arlington. They can play in hot weather. Vegas is a whole different animal. And you can't just do all night games. So the A's need a place to play. Well, Sacramento's right here, and they have a stadium in Raleigh Field that could accommodate them on a temporary basis.
Yeah, I believe with the outfield seating, they can put right around 14,000 in there.
Which is about 13,000 more than the A's average right now. I don't even think they get 14,000 there, but I think they would at first.
Ooh, I think, yeah, you might. There might be a little honeymoon.
I know. Well, no, for a fact there would be. And basically, it would be mutually beneficial. The A's would make more money there than they would back home. And B, it's basically an audition for Sacramento as a baseball city, as an expansion city for Major League Baseball. Kind of like it wouldn't. Obviously, there were different scenarios. But you may remember when the hurricane hit, Hurricane Katrina, I believe, didn't the Pelicans went to Charlotte temporarily?
They went to Oklahoma City.
Oh, went to Oklahoma City, excuse me. I'm sorry, I had to say Charlotte.
Laid some groundwork there, didn't
they?
Laid
the groundwork, and then the Thunder ended up getting their own team. So obviously we're not dealing with a natural disaster there. We're just dealing with a financial disaster, and they come over to Sacramento, play here. Now there's a number of issues and speed bumps.
Before I just had one question. I don't know if you know the answer or not. I know Vivek obviously owns the Rivercast now. He does not own Sutter Health Park, though, correct?
I don't know the answer to that. I thought he did. I thought the park was part of the deal. I did because he paid a record price for one team. It was a record price for a minor league team. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost absolutely positive that the land came with it.
Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. Anyway, we can maybe confirm that at some point.
Yeah,
because I feel like that makes a world of difference.
I can confirm that during the break. I know that I'm almost positive the land came with it. I know a lot of the land around there, I believe is controlled by Mark Friedman, who also owns Arden Fair Mall and a number of other things, King's minority owner. So first off, the biggest hurdle would be getting John Fisher to agree to that. Secondly, the other hurdle would be the politics of, okay, so Vivek owns the River Cats. And I think from Vivek's point of view, just again, I'm spitballing here, he would love the idea of housing the A's.
Yes.
However, the River Cats are the Giants AAA affiliate. That relationship is scratchy. You'd basically have to get the Giants to agree to maintain that contractual affiliation, yet also agree to relocate the River Cats.
Unless they can work out a way.
I don't know how
scheduling. I don't know either.
I don't know how you do that with
question, I think.
I don't think that's real. I could be wrong. With 81 games and then whatever the River Cats played right around that, I just don't know how you even if you had the River Cats playing in the daytime, it's not the same. You've got markings on the field.
It's a hell of a work for a grounds crew.
It really is. I think it would be more realistic that you temporarily relocate the River Cats.
Sorry, you just said something and made something pop in my head, and I'm sorry if you addressed it earlier. I was trying to find if he might go in the park. He does. We have that confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was part of the purchase for $90 million.
Yeah.
So again, remember when John Fisher and Vivek were sitting courtside together at a Kings game?
100%. And let me just put it this way: that I can't really, nor would I break confidences, but that wasn't just like a social call.
I know you're not breaking. I don't think anyone thought it was.
No, exactly. I don't think I'm telling tales out of school there. And by the way, I mean, I don't know, not for nothing. Again, we're very ignorant to the process, but the idea here would be you have to relocate the River Cats. Well, maybe the River Cats. Here's a weird one. Put the River Cats in Oakland Coliseum for a year.
Yeah.
Let them play there. That's a baseball park that's there with a lease. If you put the A's up here and the River Cats down there, for example, you fulfill the terms of your lease, you at least get something. I don't know how many people are going to go see the Sacramento River Cats. It'd have to be made right financially for Vivek.
It'd probably be right up there with who's going to go see the A's next year.
I understand. No, you're right. You're right.
And then secondly, I don't think the Giants would be too upset about literally a AAA team being 30 minutes away.
That might be the answer. That honestly might be the answer. There's going to have to be some sort of financial something worked out to make it worthwhile for Vivek, worthwhile for the Giants. I don't think there's a question it would be worthwhile for John Fisher. A's fans have the opportunity to drive up here if they want to see that. But Sacramento, like you said, at least for I would say this, at least for the first half of the season, if not the entire season, they'll sell out 14,000.
Yeah.
They'll sell out 14,000 for Major League Baseball. And again,
I don't think attendance would ever dip under 5.
No. So you keep them here for a year or you keep them here for 4 years. Until that stadium's ready. With that understanding,
more questions.
We'll take a break. Again,
gosh darn you, Daryl.
We're floating. We're floating the idea. We'll take a break.
Cloud 9.
When we come back, have the Celtics figured out the Miami Heat, and if we have time, we'll also get to the Bleacher Report on a really
I wouldn't call it a report. They were just floating some ideas, and this one was kind of fascinating.
This is a very good fit, according to them, for the Sacramento Kings, to which I say duh, but also fun to talk about. We'll do that next.
Sactown Sports is Sacramento's new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
It feels awesome. We deserve this. Let's go, Niners!
Purdy
going to throw, and it is Kittle in the back of the end zone.
Samuel.
Debo 10. Debo. Touchdown!
And McCaffrey.
Touchdown! CMC!
They all live here on Sactown Sports.
Your official home for 49ers football.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast is looking mostly sunny, and after a cool start to the day, we'll warm into the mid-70s for the afternoon, so very comfortable for this time of year. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for all your favorite models at low prices and payments, plus low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
Hello, I'm Frank Cockle, Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. When one door closes, many times another one opens up for you. More than 230 companies have filed for bankruptcy so far in 2023, many closing their doors, the most since 2008. The common themes of these companies are reductions in the quality of their operation and high levels of debt. Retail companies lead the way. These companies will also feel the pinch as lenders are turning away these companies or charging them much higher rates, which can add to the burden. As rising rates have a lagging effect, the full measure has not quite been felt yet. Last week's draft lottery made the Spurs the biggest winners, getting the first pick after having a 14% chance of success. How do these odds compare to retirees? 14% of U.S. adults have $100,000 or more saved. Nearly 25% of retirees have saved nothing at all. Is that enough? For many Americans, it likely isn't. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market update. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Frank Cockrell is a registered representative of Lincoln Financial Advisors Corporation, a broker-dealer and member SIPC and registered investment advisor. Retirement Security Centers is not an affiliate of Lincoln Financial Advisors.
Nick Cattle's reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Start your grilling season right with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from Green Acres Nursery and Supply. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill, it's turning me into a pro. Just ask my friends that came over a couple weeks ago for my get-together. Napoleon Grills features other grills that just can't match. Built different, built better, built to last. I may never want to cook indoors again. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills, now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessory.
We're at it again, California. The hottest offers of summer are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. The Memorial Day Sell-a-thon is back at your California Ford dealer. It's bigger than ever. Right now, get $1,000 open trade assist cash on top of all other offers on F-150 and across the Ford SUV lineup. Only during the Memorial Day Sell-a-thon. It's better than ever. We have more inventory on the ground and ready to go now. The hottest offers of summer are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Hurry, it all ends May 31st. So go to your California Ford dealer today. $1,000 open trade assist cash available on the 2022 Ford Escape and 2022 and 2023 Ford Explorer, Edge, Expedition, Bronco Sport SUV, and F-150 truck. Open trade assist cash requires trade-in of 95 or newer vehicle or lease terminated 30 days prior to or 90 days after new retail delivery. Residency restrictions apply. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 5/31/23. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your home for the Oakland A's every weekend.
And it's swung on line to left center, base hit, and the A's have won it on a walk-off line drive, base hit to left center.
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Boston Celtics whopped the Miami Heat 110-97 in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Boston Celtics made 16 three-pointers, including 6 from Derek White. Game 6 is on Saturday in Miami, with the Heat up 3-2. In baseball, the Oakland A's and Las Vegas have a tentative agreement for a stadium deal. Casey Pratt joined Jason Ross and Chris Watkins to break down the deal. You can listen to that interview at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube. On the field, the Oakland A's have lost 7 games in a row. They're now 10-42, and they've lost 17 of their last 18 games against AL West teams. They have 3 more losses coming up this weekend against the Houston Astros. Those are your headlines. It is currently 8:02, which means it's time for you to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. Now let's return to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jay Mars.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
I mean, I said this before on the show. I really feel bad for the people of Oakland. I just and it makes me mad as mayor of a city, because do right by your city. Do right by your city, especially a loyal city. And I don't think the A's have done right by Oakland. So let me get that off my chest. Maybe, just maybe, some of the kinds of conversations that you're just describing, maybe they are happening and have happened. I can't confirm or deny.
Sure.
But just maybe they are happening.
Interesting. Some of the kinds of conversations you're describing have happened or are happening.
Either way, folks have talked.
Yeah.
And when I mean folks, I mean people that have like money and stuff.
And that was Mayor Steinberg on the idea of Oakland, of the A's, playing temporarily in Sacramento.
Would again, let's say this somehow comes to fruition. Would they be the Sacramento A's?
I don't know.
Would they be the West Sacramento A's?
So, I mean, if they would be the Sacramento A's, but I don't know if it'd be weird for them to be the Oakland A's.
Do you have
Sacramento?
Do the Gray Roads right now and always have said Oakland? Do they say Sacramento?
They say Las Vegas.
That would be. Ugh. All right, I told you before we got on here. I need to. I have to test your Sacramento selfish because I know you are selfishly Sacramento, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's like you and 7 other people, including me. You get one of these 2 scenarios plays out.
Okay.
A's magically wind up back in Oakland. Howard Terminal thing goes through, or they go to Vegas, but you get them for 3 years in Sutter Health Park.
Huh?
I tried to forewarn you.
Yeah, you did. If they go back to Oakland, I'm under the assumption, like you said, it's a Howard Terminal deal, and they're signing a long-term deal.
Yes.
Yeah, they got to go back to Oakland. I can't do that.
Wow, you hate Sacramento.
I do.
You finally revealed your true
That's
colors.
not what I thought you were going to ask.
Green and gold.
I thought you were going to ask something different, but yeah, ultimately, yes. If that meant they were going to permanently remain in Oakland, yes, I could. That would be incredibly hypocritical.
Cannot believe you don't want Major League Baseball.
Where I thought you were going was if the A's came to Sacramento for 2 or 3 years or whatever it would be, would you completely switch allegiances, go buy gear, and be an A's fan?
That's not even a tough question.
Well, no,
you're already like a pseudo A's fan.
I'm a lifetime Giants fan, and I've never alleged to any other teams.
Those gray unis say Sacramento. You're picking one up.
Yes, I would be an unabashed. What a weird thing too, to like take a break from your regular team to go root for a. And you know what would be even better? What if all that happened? Again, it's fun to dream. It's Friday. It's a dream big Friday.
By the way, there is precedent for this. When the the Pelicans had to temporarily relocate during Katrina, they wore jerseys that said Oklahoma City.
Really? I mean,
maybe like an alternate jersey that says Sacramento, like with the greens.
Oh, God, I just had the worst thing come into my head.
What?
They're going to get City Connect jerseys, Farm to Fork City Connect jerseys.
That sounds great.
No.
I like what Earl said. The California Athletics of Sacramento.
You know what? He's honestly onto something.
Tin's been holding forever. Good morning, Tin. You're on with Jay Mars and Carmichael Dave.
And Kyle Ledbetter.
That's right. Look at you. Look at you.
Hey, guy.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi. I wanted to talk about, like 49ers. I wanted to get maybe one of you guys' most favorite recent memory of 49ers. Like, what's been the bright spot, in the gold and red?
Red and gold. I would say Garrison Hurst versus the Jets overtime touchdown run.
Look at you.
That's a good one.
Yeah. How about let's go back to 98 or 99. Lawrence Phillips.
Hey.
Returned a touchdown on a kick return.
How about Colin Kaepernick against the Packers in the playoffs? That's a really good one.
How about that touchdown Nick Mullins threw in week something?
I would say that my favorite recent memory of the 49ers, without a doubt, is Mr. Irrelevant coming in on a whim against a very good Miami Dolphins team and looking fantastic, and then doubling that up by beating the greater Sacramento area's Tom Brady in his home stadium the following week with the Buccaneers, throttling them, by the way.
Mine
That's
is
a really good memory.
The Niners D-line lining up against Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, that was a good one.
Taking him. His last play as a Cowboy.
It's so poetic.
Are you saying that's better than when Nick Mullins had 4 touchdowns for the 2-13 Niners against the Raiders?
Slightly better.
Just saying that.
Hello, Mitch.
Hey guys, how we doing? Thanks for taking my call, brothers.
Thank you.
Hey, I love to see A's. I mean, Sacramento really blew it, not going after any sports teams, football and baseball. But the playing Sacramento, that'd be great for 4 years. I mean, this owner, boy, he's got such leverage, such a cheap one of the worst owners in the history of sports. Talking about Canseco, at least Canseco was honest and he got to that ball. It did make, he came out as a center field and he was pretty good, as center field and moving the right in DH. A little too much in the waiting room, if you know what I'm saying. But he was a pretty good outfielder and he got to that ball that, wanted to be in a home run.
Yeah, well, no, you know what? It's a good point. Although I will say this, you know what he said about how he said John Fisher was a terrible owner and chief and all? I kind of disagree. Maybe we haven't given John Fisher enough of a chance.
Oh.
Maybe John Fisher's innocent in this whole thing, and maybe he just needs a city that can reach out to him and welcome him with open arms. Do we do that? We just go total heel.
Yeah.
Just become John Fisher Hive.
Yes.
Like make him a card. Just be like, hey, come on home, John.
Better Fisher, John, greater than Bobby. Am I right?
Yeah. A Mount Rushmore of Fishers. I would say Price.
No, it's just John.
John.
It's just
John takes up all 4 spots. Come in here wearing Gap t-shirts.
Old Navy sweats.
You want to do Celtics or Bleacher Report here, Jay?
We don't have enough time for either. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to push Bleacher Report to the next segment. We'll get rid of the segment that was there.
Yeah.
So we'll do Bleacher Report next segment. Spend a couple more time on dreaming about the A's at Sutter Health Park.
Okay. I'm looking, by the way, I'm looking up. Jose Canseco did not win a Gold Glove.
I was going to say, I was actually getting ready to look up if he played center field. I remember him very much being a right fielder.
More like Jose Canseco, right? When it comes to fielding.
True. Wasn't his thing.
Yeah.
Remember how he pretty much DH'd like the last half of his career, I think?
Jose,
I think that ball going off of his head was like the start of that.
I think Jose Canseco was kind of like the DH poster boy.
Yes.
There's a reason.
The steroids.
Can't move.
There's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason why.
I mean, we do have to give him credit. Once upon a time, the guy was a hell of an athlete. Was he a 30 for 30 or 40 for 40 guy?
I believe wasn't he the first ever 40 for 40 guy?
I remember, Jose could move.
I'm pretty sure he was the first ever 40 for 40 guy. In fact, he was. I'm reading some stuff here. Canseco was once nicknamed the Natural because some analysts said he was the best prospect since Willie Mays. Hitting coach Bob Watson of the A's said Canseco was a mixture of Roberto Clemente, Dale Murphy, and Reggie Jackson, while others compared him to Mickey Mantle. Let's say this. Jose Canseco kind of became a caricature, and he hasn't done much to move that in his post-playing career, but Jose Canseco was a badass.
Back to Mitch saying that Canseco was a good center fielder. Canseco played in 1,012 MLB games. How many do you think were in center? Just off the top of your head.
50?
1.
Oh, well, yeah.
Played great in that one game.
And it was
memorable.
It was for innings.
Yeah. Not so much.
No, 3 innings. I'm sorry. Does not look like he made an error.
All right. Help me out here. So coming up next is, by the way, Jeff Garcia, former Niner quarterback, will join us at 9 a.m. Do you want to truncate and put together the Celtics and Bleacher Report thing?
No, let's just go Bleacher Report.
You want to go Bleacher Report? Who would be a great fit for the Kings, according to what Bleacher Report floated? We'll do that next.
Are you ready to hear this on Sactown Sports?
Hand off McCaffrey. Touchdown! Francisco!
Or how about this?
Feel super, baby! The 5-time Super Bowl champions, and they're looking for number 6.
Catch every Niners game during the 2023 season
On your home for the 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
Memorial Day is coming, and Elk Grove Kia has deals you'll never forget, like the hottest all-electric EV on the market, the luxurious EV6. Save big with lease specials of $10,000 below MSRP. Not just 1 or 2, but every EV6 in stock. EV's not your thing? How about the sporty 2023 Soul GT line that you can lease for just $99 per month? Come look at all our exciting specials at Elk Grove Kia. Don't worry about credit. No credit, bad credit, charge-offs, repos. Don't worry. Our team has over 100 years of experience. Others say no. Elk Grove Kia says yes. $7,500 Kia lease cash plus $2,500 dealer discount equals $10,000 total savings for EV6 all-in stock Kia finance credit approval required. Not all will qualify. 99 plus tax, 24-month lease, $10K per year, 20 cents per mile over, 0 security deposit required, $52.50 customer cash required, incentive residual of $17.70 to $195 subject to Kia finance, Tier 1 approval, one of this payment, GK 8781210-533, offer expires 5/31/23.
Turn your highway into a smile way. Elk Grove Kia.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
According to Bleacher Report, they think Chris Middleton of the Bucks could be a great fit for the Kings. I agree. I agree. Chris Middleton would be a great fit for the Sacramento Kings. I 100% agree with that, but oh my goodness, it's not that simple. First off, he has the opportunity to opt out of his contract next year, so that's first hurdle.
By the way, all indications are he's probably going to do that because he wants long-term money.
Well, he's set to make $40.4 million next year. So the thought there, and I see that you have crunched some of the numbers for us.
I actually spent some time crunching numbers. It's kind of one of my hobbies is crunching numbers for no reason on NBA deals because it's not like I can actually use that.
Yeah. I mean, why? You know what? And why not? So here's what God, get out of there, Dave. Here's what the Giants would have to do.
The Kings, buddy.
Are you serious?
We're on basketball time now.
I'm so wrapped up in this.
Just
baseball.
look at your head.
Look I can't stop talking baseball. What happened? Now I'm a baseball guy all of a sudden.
Let's talk about what the Raiders have to do.
Yeah.
No.
So the Kings would have to renounce all their free agents. So Trey Lyles.
It'd be Barnes, Lyles, Harrison Barnes. I think I said that. Then there's a few smaller ones. Terrence Davis.
Chimezie Metu.
Yeah, a lot of end-of-the-bench guys that will probably be renounced anyways.
So
but really, Barnes and Lyles, I think, are the big money ones. And Davis possibly.
Yeah. And then you would have to find somebody to take Rashawn Holmes' money, which you'd almost certainly have to attach either a Davion Mitchell type or the number 24 pick.
I think they would probably want to attach that.
I agree with you 100%. I just don't know what the other team would want to do. And then that would allow you to bring in Chris Middleton.
Well, it opens up about $33.5 million in cap space.
Yes. So the idea there is if you threw Chris Middleton, let's say 4 years, $120 million. And Chris is 31 years old. That'll take him until he's 35, 36, just doing some simple math here. As a matter of fact, he turns 32 the day after I was born, or at least the day.
So you have him when
August
he's 32,
12th.
33, 34, and that will probably be like an option.
He will be 32
35.
years old at the start of next season. So that being said, you're doing that for a guy that last year averaged 15 points, 5 assists, 4 boards on 31.5% three-point shooting, who plays defense. I would not do that.
Really?
No, I would not. Would Chris Middleton make the Sacramento Kings a better team? You dang right that he would. There's just no question about that. You are now with Domantas Sabonis, hopefully, being maxed out at the end of next season. You're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of $110 to $120 million tied up in those 3 players alone. Okay. You're going to have Chris Middleton, who is 6'7", so he is kind of a tweener. You're going to have him at 35, even if that's an option. You're 34.
I think that's probably a team option.
Probably
at this point in his career. By the way, that team option would expire the same year. Theoretically, a Keegan Murray extension would kick in.
And you also have your depth just took a little bit of a hit. The Rashawn thing, I don't care about. The number 24 pick, I pretty much don't care about. I mean, obviously they could get somebody great, but it's a crapshoot. You're losing Trey Lyles. You're losing Harrison Barnes. And you're also losing really this is your team.
Remember also, though, I believe because they have his rights, they can go over the cap to sign Vezenkov.
Yes.
So Middleton.
Same with Sabonis.
So, and I'll put it like this kind of. You think it's a net positive acquiring Vezenkov and Middleton while losing Barnes, Lyles, and like Terrence Davis?
Oh,
a net positive.
If you put it in that context,
which I am,
it is. But you have to also put into context what those two moves do to them flexible wise. They're locked. They don't have room to do anything for a while unless they trade somebody, unless you trade a Fox or a Sabonis or a Middleton or a couple.
But you have to come in with the expectation if you're the Kings. Mm-hmm. If you're going to compete in this league for a title, you're going to be an over the cap team. You're likely and you're likely going to be a luxury tax team. You have to operate with that mindset. This is clearly going to make them at some point a luxury tax team because you're going to want to obviously, like I said, re-sign Keegan Murray. Yes. Although I do want to point out this deal where this contract we're floating for Middleton again, you can not exercise the player option when he's 35. The same year a Keegan extension would come in. You also have to factor the salary cap will go up, and this is kind of how winning teams operate, man. You really want to be a title contender.
I don't have a problem spiritually with going at or over the cap. What I do have a problem with is bringing in a 15-5-4 guy that would upgrade your defense, but not completely.
He was coming off of injury though last year.
I totally get it. So let's even go back to 25-4, 25-5. That's great. Those are great numbers.
Mm-hmm.
There's not blow me away numbers. Those are good numbers. And it goes beyond, by the way, and I fully acknowledge this, points, rebounds, and assists. You're talking about a guy, again, who would upgrade your defense. You're talking about a guy who is tremendously IQ.
Has a ring.
Oriented. And he has a ring. That's fine. He got the ring somewhere else.
He did, but when you talk about bringing in that type of
Harrison Barnes has a ring too.
But Chris Middleton was a much more bigger part of the Bucks.
Second best player.
I mean, I don't not acknowledge that. Here's the
It
other
sounds
problem.
like it's the money and the age for you.
It's
That's
the
like
money, it's the age. It's
this.
also 62, 68, 66, and 33. Those are his games played in the last 4 years. And he's not getting younger. I don't want to be stuck in a $120 million deal for 3 to 4 years.
If he plays 68 games in the playoffs, I think I'm more than happy.
If you told me he was going to play 68 games in the playoffs, I would probably think harder about it. But do we think the odds are at 32, 33, 34, and 35 he's going to be playing 60-plus games and the playoffs?
He'll likely have less usage in Sacramento than Milwaukee.
It's a big, you think?
You got to remember Keegan's there too. He's going to be taking a step. I feel like this is kind of, as he goes down, Keegan will be coming up.
Yeah. And the other thing is this, it's not Chris Middleton or bust. It's not like Chris Middleton's the only guy on that's out there. I don't think Chris Middleton wins this team a championship. I think he makes the team markedly better, along with them playing another year together.
I don't think he wins them a championship, but again, I do think adding him to the rotation now, you're definitely up there in a top 5 Western Conference for the next couple of years.
I agree with that. And you might even, your ceiling might even be finals or Western Conference finals, and that's a darn good ceiling.
Also, doesn't it feel like a Monty McNair signing? Maybe Sam was just on yesterday. Remember, he comes from the Morey school of thought. Go get the big guns if you can.
I don't doubt that Monty McNair is going to want to take a swing at a big wing, whether it's a 3 or a 4. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that there's somebody out there. I think he's going to kick the tires on a lot of names, some we won't like. To a lot of people, their Ben Simmons is my James Harden. I fully acknowledge that. You think Monty's not going to sniff both?
Oh, I'm sure Monty has already sniffed both, if I'm being perfectly honest. Something tells me anytime there is a name available, Monty is doing whatever his due diligence is. He's doing his due diligence.
He's trying to acquire assets.
He's not looking at a guy like Harden and just like, I'm not even going to look into what he's doing right now. Like, no.
That being said, if he signs James Harden, let's go Pelicans. I'm a big Pels guy.
That's where you go? You pick Nolans?
Who else am I going to pick? I want to pick a non-denominational.
Timberwolves.
That's just
they got King's energy.
Pelicans, small market. I love the city.
You might have to go root for a player type thing.
Likeable team. Semi-likable team.
Give it some time.
I actually think you would do better as a Thunder.
You know what? You might be right. You actually might be right. I might be a Thunder guy. Let's go Thunder.
Get your Josh Giddey jersey that I know you've been wanting to buy.
I want it so badly. Don't you dare sign James Harden, Monty. Don't you dare do it.
I don't think James Harden would ever come to Sacramento.
I think so too. Although
there's not a
Although he'd do more for downtown than anything in Golden One Center.
Let me tell you this, you'd actually get him probably more focused than any point in his career.
Take a break.
Saying Atlanta or Houston, my friend. And
only 4 hours from Vegas.
And you know where I'm going with that. We are not 4 hours from Vegas.
Very much do. When we come back, Casey Pratt joined Jason and Chris yesterday. We've been doing a lot of A's, though, too. So we also want to let you know what one major betting outfit has the Niners slated at to win Super Bowl 53, and who's ahead of them, more importantly, or is anyone, Jay, ahead of them? I don't know. You're going to have to stick around when Sactown Sports comes right back.
It's Cattles and Rami.
I don't think anybody will ever care to that extent again when we talk about All-Star games.
You know, the one thing and we've said it on this show a few times, just open it up and just go willy-nilly. You know, Harlem Globetrotter style. I mean, to the point to where you got 50-point shots, rocking jock style. We don't need to just have 12 people on the roster. No, make it 30 people. I don't know what we have to do. Go get some, get some of the young stars.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast is looking mostly sunny, and after a cool start to the day, we'll warm into the mid-70s for the afternoon, so very comfortable for this time of year. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
You know what time it is. It's time to trade up to a brand new Kia at Folsom Lake Kia. Trade up to all the newest technology and an industry-leading warranty. Shop Folsom Lake Kia, family owned for over 20 years.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I want to talk to you about my friends at American Energy. We can all agree on one thing. Your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. Now, all you have to do, go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote today. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide those great pricing options they have, the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home without having somebody coming to your house. Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your specific needs are, call 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Inflation has pushed up the cost of just about everything, which means if you bought life insurance a few years ago, it might not be enough to protect your family today. Now is the time to get the insurance you need at a price you can afford. In a hurry? Don't worry. Call Select Quote now and get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam. That's right. You can get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam in under an hour.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-613-8990. That's 1-800-613-8990. Or go to SelectQuote.com now and get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam. That's 1-800-613-8990. Or go to SelectQuote.com now.
Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at Babbel.com/TNC.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. And now try Babbel for free by texting radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
When you're ready to get properly fitted for golf clubs, join the thousands of Northern California golfers who visited the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio. Players of all abilities found the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers answers to questions about golf club fitting. You'll find a professional staff of fitters, major equipment brands, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan. See for yourself at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Call 916-808-2531 to schedule your fitting. 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Listen to Oakland A's baseball on the weekends all season long right here on Sactown Sports, beginning with the pregame show brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
It's the Folsom Lake Ford Memorial Day Sell-a-thon. Get low finance rates and Memorial Day bonus cash now through Monday. With their biggest and best selection in years, shop Folsom Lake Ford, 35 years in the Folsom Auto Mall.
Hey guys, did you know June is Men's Health Month? Prioritize your health and address those issues you've been ignoring. Revive Men's Health Sacramento has guaranteed low T and ED solutions. Book your free exam and T-check today and save $199. And find out how you can get a free 1-month supply of custom ED medication. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Boston Celtics whopped the Miami Heat 110-97 last night in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 6 is Saturday in Miami, with the Heat leading 3-2. The Oakland A's and Las Vegas have a tentative agreement for a stadium deal. Casey Pratt joined Jason Ross and Chris Watkins to break down the deal. You can listen to that full interview at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube, while we play a couple snippets of it here this segment. On the field, the A's lost 7 games in a row. They are now 10-42 and continue their record-setting worst start to a season since the 1902 Washington Senators. The A's have been outscored by 184 runs this season, 110 more than the next closest team. Those are your headlines. Now let's roll along with the Carmichael Dave Show with J. Mars.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Jay and I were just talking off air. When we come back next on Tuesday, well, you'll be back on Monday, but when we're all together Tuesday, we will know who runs Waystar Royco as the series succession. The series finale is this Sunday night. Will be a national event, unless you don't watch it. And if that case,
unlike any other.
Yeah, sorry for you. So we're all curious as to what happens. There's a really great theory out there. I just literally saw during the break. You didn't know this, and when I came in, you asked me about it. So Tom is one of the main characters, and the theory here is Tom's last name. It was a writer, I think, put this theory out. Said, usually when TV writers use last names, they're pretty, Smith, Roy, Johnson. They're pretty straight. You don't see a lot of like
Mendoza,
Flankowskis, or tough to pronounce, whatever. You don't see that. But there is one character in Succession that has a kind of a different last name.
Can I try to take a stab at it?
Sure.
Wamsgans?
Wamsgans.
Gans.
Yes.
Wamsgans.
WAMBSGANS.
Well, Chris Middleton signed with the Giants.
Have you ever heard that last name before?
No.
Well, it turns out that last name does exist.
Oh.
It belonged to a gentleman by the name of Bill Wamsgans.
Of course, Bill and Tom.
Now, you don't know who he is. He passed away in 1985, but he was a Major League Baseball second baseman.
Oh.
And was
he from the Midwest?
He was from Cleveland, Ohio. He was best known as being the only player ever to make an unassisted triple play in the World Series. The theory here is that Tom's last name was on purpose. It was a head nod to the fact that in the season, or should I say series finale, can he pull off an unassisted triple play, knock out all 3 Roy siblings, and take over Waystar Royco? That's how crazy the series finale has gotten. People are going back to early 20th century baseball players to try to figure out who's taking over.
Early 20th century?
Yeah, it was 19.
Oh, he died in 85.
Yeah, but I'm saying this was...
I was thinking he played in the 85 World Series.
He did the World Series. It was in 1920.
I'm here to say a guy that did that in the World Series in 1920 would have probably not moved the A's out of Oakland either.
I agree with you. And by the way, this is a great transition. As somebody, very few people have, as somebody who has pulled off an unassisted triple play in an actual game.
All right, Al Bundy.
I can identify with that. When I was playing for the Giants when I was 9 years old. Thank you very much. It was in the Sacramento Union. No big deal. It's fine. Casey Pratt.
You're an idiot.
Casey Pratt.
Just a bad person.
It is
sometimes.
true. Yeah, it is true. I'm trying to look. I'm more than just the unassisted triple play, Jay. We've moved on from that. He joined Jason and Chris Watkins yesterday to talk about the A's and moving. And he thinks they'll move, but not where we think they'll move.
So I have this really interesting gut feeling right now. It's funny that you asked that question. I really still think they're going to get it done in Vegas. I just don't necessarily think it's going to happen at the Tropicana site. That's what my gut says. Sure, the Trop is the easiest, probably the quickest option for the A's. It might be the best available option right now. But I just don't think they're happy with that site, and I could see them eventually pivoting off of it if they could.
So we talked yesterday about the fact that the legislation put forward, or at least the statement, did not mention a site. And I believe it was Casey Pratt reported that even since they made the non-binding, temporary, tentative, whatever you want to call it, deal.
Binding, non-binding.
Yeah, binding,
it's
non-binding.
binding, but it's not binding.
Even since then, they have toured at least one other site, meaning the A's. So I understand where Casey's coming from. And Casey's been on top of this thing from day one, to be honest with you. And I think Casey probably shares the same sentiment. If they're leaving, I don't care where they play in Vegas. Like, that's not.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
It's not germane. It's not important to me. I don't care. You can play at Mandalay Bay. Thank you.
No, but it's just, I think the more interesting part of that is, like you said, it doesn't matter where they play. They can play in Henderson, Nevada. No one cares. It's just this idea of how, like, hastily put together, for lack of a better word, this deal is or is becoming.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my God. Like, you call, was it you that told me Nevada's more of a green light government than a red light government, something of that state?
They are, and yes, I don't know if it was me, but yes, that is accurate.
This is like all the green lights, but at a four-way stop, all the lights are green.
Everything, and everyone crashes into each other, and you just figure out what happened at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I look, when the governor put out the statement, that's when I said, okay, this is happening. When Governor Lombardo of Nevada put the statement out, governor's not going to put his political capital down without a deal already being struck and done. He knows they're going to have the votes. The votes come as soon as this weekend. And here's what the commissioner of baseball said about the relocation process.
I think they're pretty settled on the site, the MGM site. I think they have an agreement. It's really now a question of getting a finalized financing package that would allow them to build on that site. I think you'd have to ask the mayor of Oakland that. I mean, she said she had cut off negotiations after an announcement was made in Las Vegas. I don't have a crystal ball as to where anything's going. There's not a definitive deal done in Las Vegas, and we'll have to see how that plays out. It's possible that a relocation vote could happen as early as June. It's very difficult to have a timeline for Oakland until there's actually a deal to be considered. There is a relocation process internally that they need to go through, and we haven't even started that process.
Is there another clip in there from Manfred? Because there's one more I want to play.
Is there another clip in here from Robert Manfred? I don't see one.
So I'll prior to him saying all of that, and this was the most disingenuous part of what he said, and you heard a lot of disingenuity there. I don't know if that's the word.
Genuation.
Thank you.
Disingenuity.
Thank you. God, I gotta go back to school. He's doing that, I believe, from what is formerly Miller Park in Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken. And he's talking about how the Brewers invest in the team, and it's a really excited fan base because they have an ownership group that's willing to invest in the team and invest in the park and all this stuff, right?
Sure.
And then tries to use that as a comparison to the A's, except makes no mention that the owner invests nothing in the team. But basically says, look how great they do it. Oakland does it all the wrong way. While praising Milwaukee ownership and then putting all the onus on the city of Oakland. Dude,
this whole thing is weird.
If you want to sound more disingenuous, the Brewers Stadium is now called American Family Field.
I mean, Should be called Giants Shut You Out Field.
Hey, now.
Right after yesterday. This whole thing is just
called Get a Hit, bruh field.
Cluster thing.
I will never get off of the idea, like, yes, ultimately John Fisher is the one responsible. But and I'll use the word, I don't care, collusion with MLB to basically, like, say, flip the bird at Oakland. We just want into Vegas. We don't care that it's going to take one of our franchises out of a city it's been in for 50 plus years, where there is actually a great fan base when you invest in the team.
There will be a very interesting 30 for 30, whatever, on this one that's all said and done. I would love to see somebody really get to the bottom of the A's, Oakland, Major League Baseball, the Giants. Why? There's so many questions. Why are the owners okay with this? Why are they not charging a relocation fee? Why did they not go back to Howard Terminal? Why are they going to a smaller market?
Why are they going to a 9-acre spot when all we've heard about the Coliseum for years is we can't develop around it?
Right. I don't, I know Nevada doesn't have any state taxes. I don't know if there's some, there are so many things that just don't make sense about this move. And oh, by the way, you're following another Oakland team.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of weird.
Who also hates you.
The San Francisco 49ers, according to BetMGM, are plus 900, meaning if you put $100 down, you would win 900 if they won the Super Bowl. That is tied for third with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. The Chiefs and Eagles in that order are number 1 and number 2. It's lazy, of course, because that's what you had last year, and that never happens. But I just don't really see – I don't know that they got that wrong. I don't see how you switch that around. How do you put the Niners top 2? How do you drop the Chiefs or Eagles out?
I hear you. It's also kind of lazy.
No, that's what I said. It is lazy because it's just what happened last year. I totally get it. I totally understand that. It is lazy. And I'll tell you what I don't like when it comes to laziness is odds. And I also don't like car salesmen that are lazy, that just wait for you to come on the lot and say, oh, here's our cars. No, you want a 4-door? Well, here's a 2-door. You'll like it. No, a car salesman's job is to fit the deal to the customer, not the customer to the deal. And right now, and always at Hoblet, you've got a situation where they're just trying to save you money. Obviously, they want to sell you a car. Of course they do. That's their business. But they're not trying to just sell you one car. They want to sell you your next car. They want to sell your children their cars. They want to be able to save money on advertising and put more money into savings for you by having you refer people to them. It's a great business model, but you have to be patient. You have to build up a reputation, and that's what Hoblet has done. Locally owned, locally operated, right there in Woodland, 5 minutes from the airport, with true pricing. At HobletDodge.com, the price you see is the price you pay. Phenomenal deals, like $11,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cabs. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. But the no hassle, no pressure ever dealership. Get up to Hoblet today. Take great advantage of these deals and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. When we come back, remember Jeff Garcia in about 18 minutes. Who's hot, who's not? We go streaking right after this.
It was an amazing season for the Sacramento Kings. The coach of the year.
These honors don't come around often, and so you're very appreciative of them.
The clutch player of the year.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
And a return to the playoffs for the first time in 17 years.
16 seasons of frustration. Sacramento has clinched the playoffs.
Keep it on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for all your Kings off-season news.
Near the banks of the Sacramento River, Perry Dye of the famous Dye family of golf architects designed Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course as Sacramento's #1 course for fun. Dye's design and mixture of holes assures players of a fun-filled day with friends. Bartley Kavanaugh's moderately sized greens and generous fairway landing areas make for an affordable and fun round of golf. After golf, relax on the outdoor veranda with a cold beverage or a tasty meal. For tee times, visit BartleyCavanagh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. And now try Babbel for free by texting radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything? Like your kids' friends.
Hey, boys. How do cows stay informed?
Dad, don't.
They read the Moo paper. Mr. Otis, you're the funniest.
It's good to know where you stand. And when it comes to your FICO credit score, you can with a Wells Fargo account.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getfico to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation in the United States and other countries. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
We're at it again, California. The hottest offers of summer are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. The Memorial Day Sell-a-thon is back at your California Ford dealer. It's bigger than ever. Right now, get $1,000 open trade assist cash on top of all other offers on F-150 and across the Ford SUV lineup. Only during the Memorial Day Sell-a-thon. It's better than ever. We have more inventory on the ground and ready to go now. The hottest offers of summer are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Hurry, it all ends May 31st. So go to your California Ford dealer today. $1,000 open trade assist cash available on the 2022 Ford Escape and 2022 and 2023 Ford Explorer, Edge, Expedition, Bronco Sport SUV, and F-150 truck. Open trade assist cash requires trade-in of 95 or newer vehicle or lease terminated 30 days prior to or 90 days after new retail delivery. Residency restrictions apply. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 5/31/23. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Christopher Law just took a shot at my Dadalorian shirt.
Yeah?
That my kids got me.
So I guess we know who's not hot.
The guy who literally wears the same thing every day.
No,
his medium soccer jersey, shorts.
There's like 30 of them, though. You can't say the same thing.
He does have a collection. That is true. All
It's
the same.
disingenuous.
They're all the same team, though. How about a Republic jersey? How about show some local
Act like
love?
you don't have just as much Kings gear.
True story. I got Chris into soccer back in the day.
Really?
He doesn't like to talk about it.
Ah.
Who's hot?
Who's hot?
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
That's not supposed to happen.
J Mars perked up, but this is my last day. I want to give J Mars some
You
love.
want to go out like that?
J Mars, do you remember that story a couple months ago where 4 or 5 Dodgers all went on the paternity leave at the same time? All 37 weeks after the All-Star break last year?
Mm-hmm.
So since those 4 or 5 Dodgers, depending on how you count, came back from paternity leave.
Bellinger no longer with the team.
Yes, this is true. That's the 5th. The Dodgers are 18-9 since those players came back.
Dude, go make a baby. Brings wins.
Where is Bellinger now?
Cubs. Well, he's on the injured list, but Cubs.
Interesting. He was
actually having a good season prior to getting hurt.
That's one of the more unique careers.
Yeah.
He was like really good, like MVP good. And then just
wasn't.
Got benched in the playoffs.
Something happened, and
there's a lot on that bone.
Yeah, I would imagine there is.
But he was actually having a really good season this year, and then he got hurt.
Who is not hot?
Shocking. Cody Bellinger got hurt.
The other thing is the Dodgers play the Rays this weekend. Big baseball series.
Big, huge.
Who's not?
Huge.
The Oakland A's.
No,
they're not hot.
How did we know this was happening?
I'm telling you, like, if we're going to shame John Fisher, we should bring it up every day how terrible that baseball team is. I have a question for you guys. So the Oakland A's have played 24 games this year against AL West teams.
No.
How many games do you think they have played this year where they have been winning going into their last at-bat of the game?
Well, let's see.
Wait, this is all season or just AL?
In 24 games against just AL West teams.
So, judging by their winning percentage, that would mean that they have somewhere around 4. Somewhere around 4 wins. Okay, I'm going to say 2.
I'll say they have gone into the 9th leading in 5.
Their last at bat, going into their last at bat, not necessarily the 9th, it is 0.
Wow.
0 times the Oakland A's have gone into their last at bat winning against an AL West team in 24 games.
All right, so like legit, are we here yet? Because I normally hate these topics. I think they're asinine on sports radio, like top 5 stupidest topics. But are we getting close to the point where we ask ourselves, would the Oakland A's, as currently put together, would the Oakland A's win the Pacific Coast League?
Well, I can't answer that directly, but this might add some context if you're trying to make that argument. The A's have lost 42 games this season. That's the most by any team prior to June 1st in MLB history. By the way, MLB history, long time.
In case you're counting, there's still 6 days until June 1st.
The whole thing about like, hey, would the worst NFL team beat would Alabama and their best? Those are so stupid.
No, but you're talking about professional players.
I'm saying like legit, would the A's be the best AAA team in the country?
So here's a reference point. Do you remember Matt Beatty?
Yes.
He's the best player on the Angels AAA team. Do you think he would be the best player on this A's team?
No.
It's Rooker?
Former Dodger Matt Beatty would not be the best player on the A's team.
But you're also talking top to bottom. Like, I want to say instinctively, of course, the A's would be the best AAA team. They're still this is still a major league baseball. But then it's like, I can't even say that. They're not a major league baseball team. Like, for example, if you swap the A's and the River Cats, would the River Cats have a worse record?
Better prospects.
That's what I'm saying. Like, would they, like, I legitimately, it's such a stupid question, but I legitimately, for the first time in my life, actually wonder that.
In fairness, I went to a River Cats game a couple weeks ago. I couldn't really name any of the players on the River Cats. At least with the Angels team, I knew Joe Adell and Beatty.
But I'm just saying,
well,
if they weren't in Major League Baseball, you couldn't name any A's players either. Probably
the best team in the Pacific Coast League right now is the Oklahoma City Dodgers at 35-13. Do you trust the Dodgers farm system at the AAA level more than Oakland right now?
Yes. And now that I think about it, you look at some of the best farm systems like Tampa Bay. I gotta think. Obviously, we know we trade roster for roster because in 5 years they're going to be better. I don't think they'd be the best AAA team in the country. I think if the Oakland A's is currently constructed, went down to AAA, if they were relegated and played like this, I don't think they win the title. And that's so sad.
Why did you say it like that?
It's just,
I'm so sad.
0 wins. 0 games they were leading. So just for context, they won 1 game in the 10th, they won 1 in the 9th, hit a walk-off homer, and then won 1 in the 8th, which was their last at-bat.
How about being a player for the A's, too?
How about not?
Like, how bad is that? Hey, I'm in baseball. I'm in Major Leagues, Mom.
We talked about this earlier in the year, kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I do think it'll happen, is sadly, Mark Kotsay is like going to get let go.
Yeah, because it's his fault. I don't know that Mark Kotsay is a good manager, but
I don't know that he's not.
I can tell you this much. If you give me a celebrity kitchen and they lay out like, here's the ingredients. Here's poo, vomit, hair, motor oil, and fur off a rabbit. And you have to cook for 20.
You're making a tiramisu with it.
Do you know if I'm a good cook or not? Because I can tell you right now, whatever I make is going to suck.
I can make a mean motor oil.
I mean,
You saying Celebrity Kitchen, by the way, that's like not a fair comparison to Oakland Coliseum.
That's a great point, right? Yeah, seriously. I'm like, give me a fire, like give me a campfire.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
Streaking. What are you doing? All right, how we do?
How did we do? Let's find out. So, Dave, you picked Dansby Swanson.
Dansby
Swanson.
Better come through for me, Ivy League turd. Love me.
Towards left center field. This one pretty well struck on its way. Gone! Dansby Swanson has tied it up. His fifth of the year, and it's 1-1.
It was 1-1. They lost 10-1, but Dansby got a homer.
Atta babe. That's my guy, Dansby Swanson. Huge Dansby Swanson hive. What am I up to now? 8, 9?
You're at 4.
4.
Not bad.
Building the streak, baby.
What's your longest? 5?
I think 5 is my longest, actually.
Go a whole week?
6.5. How did you do?
How did I do? Well, I had Randy Rosarena, who apparently J. Mars said had failed everyone on the show so far this year.
As a pitch is hit hard up the middle, a base hit in the center. Wanderers scores, the Rays manufacture another run, and they're now up 6-1 here in the 7th.
Randy Rosarena had 2 hits for the Tampa Bay Rays against Alek Manoah.
Love him.
So the combo of Nate, Katie, and me are at 4. J. Mars, you picked Nolan Arenado.
Yeah.
He didn't play.
Oh.
Boo. Is that 2 days in a row for you?
No, it's 2 this week, though.
Which is kind of odd because there's some guy named Donovan I've never heard of playing third base for the Cardinals.
Yeah, or Arenado just needed a day off.
Mitchell.
I'll stay with
Nolan Arenado.
I'll stay with Nolan Arenado.
Okay. J. Mars, help me out. Who did Jason Ross have?
He picked Jorge Springer.
Jorge Springer and
wow.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
his 0-game streak came to an end.
Oh, sorry, Jason. You'll have to restart today. I feel like Jason kind of got screwed, but kind of didn't. Yeah. So Springer played, but it was in a pinch hit at bat. But also, Jason got either the 9 or 10 on Cedric Mullins pinch hitting, so I feel like it's just the baseball universe correcting itself.
Yeah, exactly. He's at 0. So right now we've got 2 streaks tied at 4. Yep. Jay, what are you at?
I'm at 3
okay.
because of my DNPs.
Let's pick right now then. I will take, give me Jordan, not my Dan, Jordan Alvarez. Let's see, who are they playing, by the way, the Astros? Oh, they're playing the A's.
You literally stole the person I was going to pick.
Sorry. You can still pick him, by the way. I'll take Jordan Alvarez versus the Oakland Athletics.
Dodgers legend Jordan Alvarez.
Because, hey, why not, Jay?
I told you I'm sticking with Arenado.
Oh, you're sticking with Arenado. Kyle.
Well, now I have to find someone new now, don't I?
I'm sorry, but you do.
We both had, by the way, Jordan Alvarez has like a 1.10 OPS career against the A's.
Hey, dude, pick Jordan Alvarez.
You know what? Let's go.
You could pick any Astro at this point. You'd probably be fine.
That's what I was thinking. Let's go Kyle Tucker instead. Kyle Tucker will get a hit today.
All right. So we have Jordan Alvarez for Dave, Kyle Tucker for Nate, Katie, Kyle. I'm sticking with Arenado, and we'll get Jason's pick when he comes in here in about an hour.
We're way late for a break. Jeff Garcia, Gilroy Zone, has a football camp coming up right here locally. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Niners and what he's been up to. Former 49er quarterback Jeff Garcia joins us next.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Party, friends, family, fun, and food. Man, Amy's Outdoor Living has food options for you. Maybe even change it up a bit with a new Uni pizza oven. Think about it. Dogs, burgers, and pizza. You're a hero. 100%. Right now at Amy's, save 20% on a new Uni Karu pizza oven at just $239. $239 for a pizza oven. You ready to barbecue? The Traeger Timberline 850, that's the one I have, and the 1300 Geb one are reduced by $600 for Memorial Day. Amy's also has a great selection of umbrellas in stock, perfect for shade in this warm weather. Need patio furniture? From now to Memorial Day, Amy's will pay the sales tax on all in-stock patio furniture, cushions, and umbrellas. Amy's Outdoor Living, El Camino near Watt, and inside Amy Ace Hardware in the El Dorado Town Center.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
It's the Folsom Lake Ford Memorial Day Sell-a-thon. Get low finance rates and Memorial Day bonus cash now through Monday. With their biggest and best selection in years, shop Folsom Lake Ford, 35 years in the Folsom Auto Mall.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Jeff Garcia will join us, we hope, in moments. Welcome back. If you missed any of the program, no problem. Just go on YouTube. You can go on the website, SactownSports.com, and so much more. Now, being a lifelong San Francisco 49er fan, Jeff Garcia needs absolutely no introduction for me, Gilroy's own. But it's great to see that he does. He's got the roots. You know, Sacramento and the Niners have long had a great relationship. And anyone that's doing good stuff for kids, I'm a huge fan of. If I wasn't a fan of his already, I want to tell you about the Jeff Garcia football camp. That's June 4th, so that's a week from this Sunday. Right here in Sacramento. You can go to jeffgarciafootball.com. This is for kids 7 to 13 years old. It's going to focus on character development, competitive mindset, highlighting a bunch. It's not, in other words, not just football. You know, it's the mental game as well. All training, all refreshments, everything $75. Sunday from 11 to 2.
Can I sign up?
Are you between 7 and 13?
I can forge documents.
I mean, size-wise, I hear you.
Oh,
wow, that was a shot at you. Go to jeffgarciafootball.com, and we'll put those out on our socials, and we'll say them again at the end of the segment. But it is our honor to welcome in 49er great Jeff Garcia. I'm Dave. That's Jay. Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, man, thanks for having me on. Sorry, I'm moving around. Is that better? You see me now?
Yeah, you're great.
Got the full scope.
Hey, listen.
I got to throw a little Garcia 5 in the background, you know?
Look at that.
Hey, if it wasn't for as a fellow, I like to call them blonde in my facial hair, but if you were clean shaven, Jeff, you haven't aged at all.
I mean, you know, the hair is pretty much gone. And,
hey, man, that happens to all of us.
The beard is a distraction to take away from the bald head. You know, I mean, who wants to see the bald head? They see the beard and then the smile. Hey, but you know what? I've been blessed. I've been fortunate. I stay active with my kids. I have 4, and they're all extremely active. 11-year-old, 12, 13, and just turned 15. So four kids in 4 years. And, you know, they're a lot of fun. They keep me going. They keep me involved. Yesterday, I coached my youngest daughter in her little championship basketball game, which we won for her school. And she's a little stud and just like makes me so happy to watch her and watch all my kids just be a part of sports and learn through the ups and downs of what sport teaches you. And that's really what I love doing for the youth that I get to go out, and whether it's coaching or running camps, running skill camps, coaching Pop Warner football, coaching basketball, whatever it may be. You know, it all is about becoming a better person. It all is about becoming a greater contributor to your community, becoming a better son or daughter, a better brother or sister, a better student in the classroom, being respectful. We have some challenges with our youth at this time in these days that we're living in right now, with all of the technological advancements and distractions. You know, kids don't want to get out and just play anymore. Their idea of playing is getting inside, getting into a room with 4 walls and having a TV or a screen in front of them. And that's what they are moved and motivated to do. And how do we get them to see how health and physicality and activity is going to benefit them, having balance in their life? And, you know, to be able to come to Sacramento, because I know there's a strong 49er backing out there, Bay Area backing with both, you know, the 49ers or the former Oakland Raiders, whatever it may be. I know there's a lot of fans out there in the Sac area. And for me to be able to bring this camp out that way, I know we got a late start on it, but I teamed up with Marlon Moore, a former, you know, high school standout there in Sacramento, played in the NFL for a couple years. He's actually interning right now as a potential coach with the Carolina Panthers. So, hey, we wish him well, but we teamed up. We're going back to his old high school at Natomas High School and there in Sacramento. And we're going to just have a great camp for that 7 to 13-year-old age group. Hey, whether they're playing flag football or tackle football or just love football in general, we want to invite them out. We want to run them through drills, create a competitive environment. Hey, put a smile on their face, get them active, get them social, get them around other kids, and just battle for 3 hours and have fun doing it. And I love to just get out there. I love to just demonstrate, show them what it's all about. Hey, how at 53 years old, I still love to get out there and compete myself and show that I can still do it. I can still throw the ball. I can still throw that 15-yard comeback on a dime, on time, like it needs to be thrown. But that's really what I enjoy doing. We're going to my hometown the following week on June 10th in Gilroy to do another camp with all of my hometown people there in Northern California. So I'm excited about this. And hey, thank you for giving me the time to get on and talk about it with you guys.
Now, of course, Jeff Garcia joins us. And again, I want to remind you that's June 4th right here in Sacramento, jeffgarciafootball.com. And we'll throw that out there at the end of the interview and on our socials as well. Jeff, I got to ask you a Niners question. And for you youngsters out there, I'll see how well my memory works. All you had to do was come in and replace some guy named Steve Young.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he was good lefty. I think out of BYU. And if I remember right, as a Stanford kid, you and Steve Stenstrom that finished that year. You held on to the job, even though the Niners they drafted Jesuits, Gio Carmazzi from up here, and Tim Rattay. Same year, some Brady kid I think was drafted. And
Mike Brady.
All you did was make the Pro Bowl. All you did was have a phenomenal career with San Francisco under huge amounts of pressure. And now you look at your old team. We don't know what goes on in locker rooms because we've never played NFL football. But you have the number 3 pick, the kid that got hurt in Trey Lance. You've got literally Mr. Irrelevant and Brock Purdy, also coming off an injury, but who seems to have the locker room. And then you have Sam Darnold, another former number 3 pick out of a huge school that was with Carolina and the Jets and now comes into Kyle Shanahan's offense. My question for you, long-winded as it is, is it a matter of just picking the best guy, or is it the best guy that has the locker room with him as well?
Well, I think it's the guy that operates the offense, the system, the best. And Brock Purdy showed last year that he can be consistent week in and week out. He gets his athletes involved in the game. You know, up until the point when Brock Purdy stepped on the field, even with Jimmy out there, why was George Kittle not being targeted? If I had a George Kittle on my team, I'm trying to get him the ball just like a T.O. You're trying to get him the ball 10 times a game, because once he gets the ball in his hands, great things happen, whether it's catching the ball in the flat, a 5-yard out, a 10-yard hook over the middle. But he was getting 4 to 5 targets a game. And I'm like, that's one of your most dangerous weapons on the field. And you're not utilizing him. All of a sudden, Brock Purdy steps on the field. The ball starts getting spread around. Hey, Kittle becomes more involved. I mean, how many touchdowns did Kittle have in the second half of the season? He would have been probably all pro with those stats throughout the season, which he is an all pro caliber tight end. But that being said, you look at the first game against one of the worst teams in the National Football League, which turned out to be the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
And we struggled. Yeah, it was a rainy day, but I thought Kyle was trying to acclimate his system to Trey Lance, which you have to do. As a great coach, you involve a certain skill set of what your guys are capable of doing. But his system works for athletic quarterbacks just as it is. They're going to get you on the bootlegs, on the sprints, on the movement type plays. And then at times you're going to have to create within the pocket. You're going to have to extend plays. But running quarterback dives or off tackle, you're asking your quarterback to do some things that running backs are asked to do on an every down basis. Don't ask your quarterback to do that. And I think in a lot of ways that led to the injury. Unfortunately, in the second game, you're running an off tackle quarterback read, and he's running up in between 300-pounders. Nothing good is going to happen in that area between the tackles. When you get Trey Lance outside the pocket, when you utilize his skill set to now become a run-pass option out there, which is what Shanahan's offense is so good at creating because of that zone run game. Everything they do off of that zone run game, they now run the bootlegs, they run the keepers, they get the quarterback out in space. Now he's got a great opportunity to, hey, find an open guy like Kittle crossing or Deebo Samuels, or, hey, if nobody's covering him, he can run for 10 or maybe more. That guy's capable of taking it to the house. But looking back at last season and what Brock Purdy did, he did something really special, really spectacular in how he played the game, especially as a rookie. He's going to be that much better this year. The competition is going to be good with Trey Lance. Hey, you can't eliminate everybody or anybody. I think that's the unfortunate part of the quarterback position in the National Football League is that organizations do not want to ruffle feathers. They're too concerned about, oh, he's our starter. We don't want to make him worry about his job. But every other position is open to the best talent available. Why isn't the quarterback position like that? You got to have the best guy on the field. It's like when I went to Oakland, Jamarcus Russell. He was the number 1 pick in the draft. He was going into his 3rd year. So all of a sudden, no matter what he did in his first 2 years, he's the automatic starter. Well, why? He hasn't done anything. He hasn't proven that he deserves to be the starter. He's not a leader for the team. He's not doing the necessary things outside of the off the field to prepare himself to be the best for that team, why is he just the automatic starter? That's bullcrap. You have 50 plus other guys working their tails off to be the best that they can be, and we're just going to settle because of the draft choice. This guy's our number one guy because we drafted him high, and some GMs, some guys thought that he should be our top draft pick, so now we have to start him. No, you start the guy who's going to take you down the field, put points on the board, eliminate mistakes, do the right things for your team, get your athletes involved, and be a leader in the locker room. And right now, Brock Purdy is that guy.
The one guy we didn't touch on real quick, and I just want to get your opinion of his career, so to speak, was Sam Darnold. You know, you played obviously in a lot of organizations. You played Tampa, Cleveland, San Francisco. You mentioned the Raiders, which I think is a really good example of this. How much can, whether it's the organization as a totality or the coaching staff, the offense, and the stuff they put around you really affect you as a quarterback? Because, you know, we speak of Sam Darnold and all the talent, has not been in good situations so far throughout his career.
Yeah, you know, looking back to Sam Darnold coming out of college, right? He had a great freshman year, lit the world on fire. Second year was not as consistent, not as solid of a season there at SC, but decides to declare early for the draft, goes number 3, goes to a New York Jet team that hasn't been very good, struggled in a lot of ways. You're anointed as the guy because you were the number 3 pick. Hey, you got to get on the field. Oftentimes, you know what? I look at the draft, right? You look at the Cleveland Browns year in and year out. They draft a quarterback in the top 5 picks generally. What happens to those quarterbacks? Well, they fizzle quickly. Why? Is it the quarterback or is it the team? You're looking at a team that's always drafting the top 5 picks. Why are they drafting in the top 5 picks? Because they're terrible. They're terrible in every other place on the team. It's not a 22 or 23 or 21-year-old kid that's going to come in and fix that immediately. If I'm building a team, I'm building it from the foundation of the offensive line and defensive line, and I'm working outwards. If you don't have an O-line and a D-line, you don't have a team. Hey, the 49ers, they've done a great job of building that defensive line. Hey, they rotate 8, 9 guys. They're dogs. They get after people. That helps the secondary be so much better. They got a great, talented group of linebackers. They fly around. They got a lot of speed. Hey, they address certain things in the draft this year on the defensive side. They got a safety. They got a corner. Hey, they're trying to strengthen that side of the ball. Offensive-wise, they got a pretty solid offensive line. They still, I think, can look at some pieces to secure that. But, hey, they got a lot of pieces to the puzzle in place. And so a young quarterback who now just has to make good decisions and distribute the rock. Not saying it's that easy, but when you have Kittle, you have Samuels, you have Ayuk, you have a good running back and a good running game. Hey, it simplifies your need to be perfect all the time. And so looking at what Darnold has gone through, whether it was in the Jets or the Carolina Panthers, I think this will be a great opportunity for him to come in as a number 3 to get back in the mode of working, of challenging himself to mentally get stronger, get better, decision-making wise, get his footwork down. Too often times now, I just see laziness in the pocket by these quarterbacks. They're so used to playing in the shotgun formation. They become so lazy with their feet. There's no timing, no rhythm, no throwing receivers open. These young quarterbacks, they're waiting for guys to get open. Then they try to hit them, and it's too late. The windows of opportunity are so small that you got to be ahead of the game. That's why Joe Montana, Steve Young, even Tom Brady, hey, the great ones, they throw guys open. They anticipate. They're in rhythm with their feet. Their feet are flowing in the direction of their target location, like Drew Brees used to practice in pregame. Hey, he'd make a throw, and then he'd go to his number 2. He'd go to his number 3 with his feet. It was all repetition mentally. These young quarterbacks, hey, they start to lean on one guy to get open, and he doesn't get open, and now they're struggling to find number 2, or now they don't know where to go. And thing about Brock Purdy is he knew where to go with the football, and that was impressive to see last year. Hey, he didn't take a lot of sacks. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. When things broke down around him, he lengthened the field with his feet or made positive yardage with his feet. He became a threat as a runner. You know, I'm not going to say those were certain things that reminded him of me, but like there were things out there like that. Hey, he's a smaller stature guy, but that doesn't matter. He understands the game. He understood defensive coverages. He understood what was going on offensively and where to go to with the football, and that was impressive. I think Sam Darnold's going to have a great chance to kind of rectify himself in ways, take the pressure off of him. He's not the starter. He can now sit back. He can learn. He can practice. He can grow. And now he's in a position where he's preparing in case that opportunity arises for him again.
Jeff Garcia with us. Jeff, last thing for you, you're obviously being humble. Your first full season, you go for 4,300 yards and 31 touchdowns. You're, I think, one of 12 quarterbacks to have consecutive 30 touchdown years. I know you're one of 12 to throw a 99-yard pass. You and your road to that spot was absolutely not the normal paved road. So for you coming into that locker room, taking over for Steve Young, having the personalities you had on the team, was there a moment, was there a time where you felt like you had the locker room behind you, or were they there from the beginning?
No, it wasn't there from the beginning. Obviously, I came into that locker room looking at Steve Young as the leader of that team and looking at a great opportunity to learn from one of the best to ever play the game, a future Hall of Famer. All of a sudden, he goes down in week 4, and I'm stepping onto the field and learning trial under fire, so to speak. And, there were a lot of lessons learned in that first season and some challenges to overcome and some doubts that had crept into me as to whether I even belonged in the NFL when things started to struggle and go downhill for me. In the first 5 games that I started to doubt myself. I started to feel all that pressure on me. I felt like, well, people are looking at the 49ers like the only change is at the quarterback position, and now they're terrible. What's going on? And so I was assuming all of that on myself. And when they did bench me for a couple weeks and they put in Steve Stenstrom from Stanford, that year we had the 3 local colleges represented as the quarterbacks: San Jose State, Stanford with Stenstrom, and Cal Berkeley with Pat Barnes. That's right. And, the San Jose State kid was a starter. Just want to let everybody know that. The Spartan was a starter. So don't you forget about that, Stanford and Cal. But, hey, that being said, I struggled. They benched me for 2 weeks, and then I came back on the field, and I realized, hey, there are a lot of things going on with this team. It's not just the quarterback position. Things didn't change when Steve stepped onto the field. We still struggled. And I kind of alleviated some of that pressure that I was putting on myself to be perfect, to be Steve Young. Hey, go out there, be yourself. Be a good decision maker. Get rid of the ball. Get your guys involved. Get Jerry Rice. Get T.O. involved. Get all those weapons that you have involved and just play. And the second 5 games, the last half of the season that I started in were a totally different guy. But that led into that second year where I did throw for 4,300 yards, became a Pro Bowler. That's when I feel like I really started to stand out in my teammates' eyes. Like, hey, this guy is a baller. He is a leader. We can count on him. We can ride his back. Hey, he's going to take us where we need to go. And then the next year, hey, we went 12-4 in the regular season and so on. We just continued to build and move forward. And, it's unfortunate when Steve Mariucci was fired after the 0-2 season. That was a big blow to us as a team because we had really turned a negative situation into a positive and we were going in the right direction. And then again, you can't have that lack of continuity, that inconsistency at the NFL level. We see the teams like Detroit, I mentioned Cleveland. The teams that struggle year in and year out are the teams that are always trying to find the quick fix, the new coach, the new GM, the new quarterback. You can't have that at the professional level. Teams will eat you up alive.
Jeff Garcia with us. I mean, he's got this locker room. Just to let, yeah. I mean, I've been a fan.
Careful there.
Any Niner fan's already going to be a fan, but man, just the local aspect. If for those of you listening, and it's not like Jeff's 80 years old or anything. I mean, but read about Jeff's road, the things Jeff's gone through, the things personally that he's had to overcome. It's incredibly inspiring. So if you have a kid between 7 and 13 that you want to have a good experience with somebody who's thrown to Jerry Rice, that's thrown to Terrell Owens, that has had an amazing career. You have
Pro Bowler on multiple teams.
Yeah, listen, you get a chance to put him out there this Sunday for $75, which is a steal at twice the price, and really have hands-on experience. Jeff, listen, the good news is we're going to continue to plug your camp and get some kids out there. The bad news is, my new friend, I have your cell phone number now, and don't think I won't be hitting you up at some point to come back on, because I know we love talking to you, and judging by the text line and our YouTube chat and everybody else here, people love hearing from you. So we appreciate you.
No, hey, I appreciate you guys taking the time to have me on, man. And, always great to talk to Northern California people about the Niners, about just the local stuff that goes on out there. And I'm excited to be out there. I'm actually heading out there for a charity golf event, and we're trying to, make a couple things happen. But, I'm out there to support a group that is helping families that are affected by sex trafficking, by domestic violence and hardship. It's called Precious Lives. Precious Lives Golf Classic is on the 5th, the next day, and it's at Rancho Marietta Country Club. But, that's the real reason why I'm heading out there, is really to bring awareness, bring support. And then I thought, you know what, if I can get out and reach out to the kids and get those little football players, those little footballers out there, and we can run around and have some fun, let's do it.
That's awesome. We appreciate it. Shoot well, shoot them straight, and then also have fun with those kiddos. And I hope we have the opportunity to talk to you again in the future.
Absolutely. And you guys can come out and help coach, man. Come on out. Let's go.
No, you're trying to.
I can't even palm a football.
You're trying to help these kids.
We need guys that are going to get towels full of water, bring them over the kids, bring water to the kids. Hey, we need those people.
Look at where we've athletically peaked.
That's true.
Find value in you.
You bring the best out of us.
Come out and help out.
Can't wait for an 8-year-old. Hey, get my water.
Thanks, brother. Have a good one, Jeff.
All right.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, take care. That is Jeff Garcia. We are way late for a break. When we return, hey, Celebrity Birthdays Early Edition, because we've got Friday Fun and Games. Yeah, we do. We have Friday Fun and Games. Jason Ross doing double duty. He's going to come back in, handle that. We also have what to watch for, all coming up in a very fun final half hour of the week right here on SactownSports.com.
It's Cattles and Rami.
So you're saying these conference finals losses are an asteroid in both of these teams' rosters, that eventually it will blow them up.
Exploding.
What do they call the asteroid that hit when the dinosaurs?
I believe it's called the Jimmy Butler asteroid.
The Jimmy Butler moment, yes.
Right,
yes.
an
Extinction event is what you're saying these conference finals are.
Big Bang Theory.
For both of the Big Bang Theory, yes.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast is looking mostly sunny, and after a cool start to the day, we'll warm into the mid-70s for the afternoon, so very comfortable for this time of year. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Plumbing, electrical, heating and air, everything that makes your home your home. With Bonnie, you sure got that covered. And right now, get your air conditioner tuned up for just $79. Originally $129. Bonnie.com. License 696.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. Want to talk to you about my friends at American Energy. We can all agree on one thing. Your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. Now, all you have to do, go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote today. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide those great pricing options they have, the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home without having somebody coming to your house. Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your specific needs are, call 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast is looking mostly sunny, and after a cool start to the day, we'll warm into the mid-70s for the afternoon, so very comfortable for this time of year. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
So I'm a public school teacher, and I'm on my feet all day long. That would be on concrete. The pain would shoot up my heels and just increased from the bottom of my feet up. Then my back started hurting. So my husband and I were driving, and I went, oh, look, there's a Good Feet store. I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. That was a perfect name for her. And the cool thing about the Good Feet store is that you're able to try before you buy. I had free fittings. She was able to fit me with special arch supports. And so I walked around in the store. Within 30 minutes, I started sobbing because I had no pain. Well, if your feet are hurting, do something about it. You don't have to grin and bear it. You need to go to the Good Feet store and get some arch supports. I'm Deidre, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Sacramento's M&S Auto Sales invite you to drop by and look around their lot full of super clean vehicles, all polished up and ready for a classic American summer road trip. Will your trip be on Highway 1 with the top down, or a trip to the hills in your new 4x4 from M&S Auto Sales? M&S Auto has great cars and trucks, and you get a great deal every time. That's how it works at M&S Auto Sales on El Camino Avenue, just off the Cap City Freeway. MSAutogroup.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead.
With free battery testing and charging, AutoZone is here to help.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
What if I need a new one?
We have the right batteries right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone.
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Meet Joe A, Joe B, and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect. Support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
At your local Hoblet family dealerships, we know how buying a vehicle from some other dealers can be a nightmare, like when they slip in surprise add-ons to the deal.
Okay, so now just sign here, initial here, and we can wrap this deal up.
Wait, what are these 2 items on this line?
Oh, that's nothing. It's just, you know.
$4,000?
Sure, yeah. You see, what are we...
For what?
Well, that's just our normal added cost, GPS, surface protection, stuff like that. It's...
Wait, why do I even need that?
Well, it's protection for your surfaces.
No. I don't want... What is Xylogon? Does that protect me from aliens? And ELOGPS. Are those concert tickets? And phantom footprints. Is this car haunted? And nitrofill. That just sounds dangerous.
Well, you can't get this deal without it. So go ahead, sign here, initial here.
At your local Hoblet dealerships, you won't have to put up with high-pressure tactics and surprise add-ons. What you see is what you get. Period. And we won't pull any sales tricks just to get you on the lot, then upsell you. We rely on honesty and integrity to sell cars, not phony gimmicks. Hoblet. No hassle, no pressure, ever. Visit hoblet.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. Last night, the Boston Celtics whomped the Miami Heat 110-97. Celtics made 16 three-pointers, including 6 from Derek White. Game 6 is this Saturday in Miami, with the Heat leading the series 3-2. The Oakland A's and Las Vegas have a tentative agreement for a stadium deal. Casey Pratt joined Jason Ross and Chris Watkins to break down the deal, and you can listen to that interview at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports YouTube. On the field, the Oakland A's have lost 7 games in a row. They're now 10-42 and have the worst start to a season since the 1902 Washington Senators. The next closest team is the 1987 San Diego Padres at 12-40, 2 games better than the Oakland A's mark. The A's are going to lose 3 games this weekend on Houston. You can listen to 2 of them right here on Sactown Sports 1140. Those are your headlines. Now let's roll along for the final half hour of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, featuring today Jay Mars.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
So little to get to in so much time. Still got a lot on our special thanks to Jeff Garcia, former 49er quarterback, for coming on the show. If you missed that, hey, I've talked to some people.
Yeah.
SactownSports.com. And if you missed that, you actually missed something really good. Get back and check that out.
It was a 7-minute break. You know why I just walked in?
Let me guess, the salesperson was at the door.
Nope.
No?
It's actually pretty believable. I called our last guest to thank him.
Of course you did.
For coming on.
That's that a boy. Nah, man. Grease that relationship.
Hey,
we need more Jeff Garcia this coming Niner season.
Jeff's full of energy.
Jeff has a lot of it. He literally almost knocked his camera out.
I saw that. I love it.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Woo! Love it. We're going to have him back on. Yes, we'll put all the camp stuff out on the socials and get that out.
Dare I say, Jeff, very unfiltered at this point in his life.
I love it. And honestly, it's one of the great things about having ex-players on is they don't care. It's like having the mayor on now. We're going to have him on again in like 2 months. He's going to have like a full beard, be wearing a Giants hat backwards, kick his feet up. He didn't care. Next time we have Steinberg on, he's not running for mayor anymore. Screw it. He'll just come on and
he's literally gonna do nothing, I'm sure, after his mayorship.
All this.
Hey, speaking of the mayor, check out his thoughts.
Yeah.
About the A's. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, a lot of split reaction out there from people. It's interesting. We'll get into that next week. The idea that the A's maybe could possibly play here in Sacramento while they're waiting to go to Vegas. There's some people are like, yeah, bring it on. And there's some people who are like, yeah, no, we're not some secondhand whatever. We don't want to aid John Fisher and his cabal, his Dave cabal. We don't want to do any of that. Thank you.
Are we aiding John Fisher, or like you put it earlier, just letting MLB know, hey, we can support?
That's what I think. It's the enemy of your enemy type of thing. If you have the opportunity to do that, it's an interesting conversation. We've only got 4 minutes in the session.
Yeah,
correct?
so let's run through this real quick. Celtics and Heat play tomorrow, Game 6.
Yeah,
big game.
A's and Astros tonight. Big game for Carmichael Dave and Kyle, who have picked Astro players.
Yes, we have
in Let's Go Streaking. And Giants and Brewers tonight. Giants trying to go a game above 500.
Michael Galley on the YouTube chat says, great guest. Whoever signed him up needs a raise. Well, I don't mind telling you, an old friend and somebody familiar to a lot of listeners, little Joe Pittman, who I still stay in touch with.
Thank you, Jose.
One of my oldest and dearest here in the radio business.
Hey.
He's the one that threw that our way.
10. He's tweeting from 1997. Said it was tight.
He was tight. I haven't used that in a while. When somebody blocks a shot, does he say packed?
Yeah.
Celebrity birthday.
He thinks
how was 1997 like? Just wondering, you guys.
It was a good year, honestly.
Okay.
97, I was watching the very first episodes of South Park and settling in for the winter in St. Paul, Minnesota with my brother and his now wife, playing Final Fantasy VII to get us through the winter time.
Dude, Final Fantasy VII in South Park?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good year.
It is celebrity birthday time, brought to you by Crumble Cookies.
Crumble Cookies.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends.
That's
and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. I have yet to find someone who says that is a lie.
Yeah, and not just for birthdays either. How about for Fridays? By the way, has it been like a month since they brought in Crumble Cookies?
Yeah.
We need more Crumble Cookies.
I was thinking they were going to bring in sympathy cookies when the Kings got eliminated.
Yeah. I want some bean cookies. Yeah, wow.
Yummy.
What do you got there, Kyle Ledbetter?
So remember yesterday when you said that I am like Ken from 30 Rock?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's Ken from 30 Rock's birthday today.
Hey, what do you know?
How old is Jack McBrayer?
Jack McBrayer is 44?
46.
He is 49 years old.
Wow.
I forget how long ago that show was, so that makes sense, actually.
I need to watch that show.
Got a very young face, though.
He does
Yes.
have a very young face, much like you.
Kenneth the Page.
Yeah.
I have a young face because I'm young.
That is true. It's a good point. Yeah, we know. We get it.
Today is Andre 3000's birthday.
Oh, Dre.
You think people that don't know him will call him Mr. 3000?
Probably.
Yeah. Andre 3000. Oh, this is going to make me sad. Andre 3000 is like 52.
I was going to go 50 flat.
Andre 3000 is 47.
I'm actually
I don't feel as old.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I thought he was going to come out with like, no, he's 59.
Wow, I love how someone turns 47. We're like, yeah, super young.
Super young.
Yeah, I was surprised by that when I found out Snoop Dogg is only like 50. It's like, yeah.
Snoop Dogg's been in the game for a while.
Yeah, a lot of those people who came up in their early 20s have aged quite well, I would say.
Hey, Jay, what was the first time do you remember seeing Snoop Dogg do a song? Do you remember what song it was?
I don't.
First
actually.
time, I don't know if it was his first song, but the first time I ever saw Snoop Dogg was when he did a Deep Cover with Dr. Dre. If you go on YouTube and you look that video, that's the one, 187.
I know
Yeah. He can't make eye contact with the camera. Go watch the video. He was so young and it almost, dare I say, shy that he literally wouldn't hold eye contact with the camera. And now he's, doing Corona commercials.
God, he was a
Andy
baby.
Samberg. He was
All right,
a
a couple
baby.
more real quick before
Yes.
we get to Friday Fun and Games. The Big Hurt, Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas doing commercials now.
What's the commercial he does? Biogenics or something?
Yeah, he does it.
One of those testosterone.
Yeah, he's a big testosterone.
companies.
God,
Does it with Doug Flutie.
The Big Hurt is, I'm going to say he's 51.
I'm going to say 53.
J Mars was closer, 54.
Wow. I suck at this game so bad.
No, it's okay. We got Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones and me.
Former school playing in the Durham Super Regional, right?
Oh, Duke. Certainly Duke. Daniel Jones is 28.
26.
25 for Danny Dimes.
Wow, he is young.
He's on the younger side
He is
for
on
sure.
the younger side.
Last one we got here, Jeff Bagwell.
What a reaction. Jeff Bagwell. Jeff is Jason Williams today. He is double nickel, 55.
That sounds right. I'll go 54.
J Mars, 54.
I think you swept me.
Yeah, I did.
Do you have any more?
I can come up with some real quick. We got Jose Berrios, the pitcher for the Blue Jays.
This might be where you win.
34.
29.
28.
Just give up, bro. Tap out.
Any more?
Vontae Davis, former NFL player.
Yeah. Vontae Davis is now 41.
40 flat.
34.
Yes.
Want to try one more?
One more than we got to go.
Darnell Dockett, former NFL player.
Florida State's Darnell Dockett, I think.
You hope.
Darnell Dockett is 42.
43.
41.
Yes! You suck!
Gentleman sweep.
I'm the winner. We'll take a break. When we come back, Jason Ross, Chris Watkins. It's Friday Fun and Games. You never want to miss that. We'll do that next.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third, your score is Tony Count. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track, makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right.
TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply, subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Nick Cattle's reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Start your grilling season right with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from Green Acres Nursery and Supply. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill, it's turning me into a pro. Just ask my friends that came over a couple weeks ago for my get-together. Napoleon Grills features other grills that just can't match. Built different, built better, built to last. I may never want to cook indoors again. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills, now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessories.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Golf.com's Alan Bastable offers 8 sneaky ways for stubbornly average players to break 80. First, play sensible tees. Hitting 7 and 8 irons into greens instead of hybrids give chances at 4s and 3s. Check the par. There's no shame in doing so on a par 70 course. 3, check the forecast. A day after rain can mean soft greens. 4, avoid big numbers. It's not the bogeys that will derail a 79. It's a couple of bigger scores. 5, you got to believe. Give yourself a pep talk and temper the feelings of gloom. 6, keep like-minded company. If you're a grinder, play with fellow grinders, or play with music, or gamble if that's your game. 7, a little luck helps. Even tour players recognize luck. 8, don't obsess over, well, breaking 80. You're going to know if you have a good round going, so have your partner keep score. At the 18th tee, ask where you stand, as it may affect the way you approach the hole. Sounds simple, huh? Now go out and do it, and have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing strategies that deliver results. On your next campaign, aim higher. Go to aimyourdigital.com and get started today. aimyourdigital.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Welcome back.
You started it.
Jason Ross to my left, Chris Watkins to my right, Jay Mars
front and center.
Friday fun and games. What's in the box?
That's for later. I get baseball card or cards.
Really? Yeah. You gonna open them on the air?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I mean,
not at this moment, but maybe during the next 4 hours.
I would think.
So what happens when he pulls like that Jordan Flair?
Chris Watkins just like boom punches me and leaves the room.
Honestly.
Yeah, I probably would. I would leave. Probably don't need to work anymore. So
now, if this is a bit for your show, I don't want to ruin it, but like,
it wasn't really a bit.
Do we?
You just created a bit.
Yeah.
For
do we know what? Like, do you know? Are they baseball, basketball, football cards?
Yes.
Are they?
It's all three.
Okay, and like specific company year? Is it just random?
Rando.
Is there a chance that there's like a really great card? Or are they all
chance?
Like, yeah.
Have you gotten one in any of your subscriptions?
Yeah, I can't think of one off the top of it, but yeah.
Are they closed packs?
Yeah. And the gum is still good.
Yeah, does that gum ever get old?
Yeah,
it does when you first get it, but it's now it's probably fine.
I mean, it's like sauce packets, right? There's no expiration.
Most of the gum sticks to the card that it's still on.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah,
I wouldn't recommend chewing 1992 Topps baseball gum.
Just the cards.
No.
However, if you collect enough of them, it can form a great weapon.
Great point. You and I are off Monday. These two are
working hard.
Yeah, 9 to noon.
Yeah. Maybe we'll come in and we'll sit right there.
Right, we'll just hang out.
Yeah, we can use the studio
9 to noon while you're, getting ready, smoking your meat. Hey now. Tune us in. We're going to be entertaining. I promise you that.
Maybe we'll come
good
down.
Topics.
Yeah,
we
definitely are going to have some good topics.
I got a little portable grill. Maybe we come down and we'll grill up some dogs.
You're not doing that.
Yeah.
I said maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe. It's like when my mom used to tell me maybe it was automatic no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Friday Fun and Games brought to you by Jason Ross.
Yes.
And you're back with us next week.
I am, correct.
It's like a new morning
Tuesday.
show. Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks.
It has been.
It has been 2
I
weeks.
have to do my hair by then.
And then aren't you going on vacation soon?
I'm taking 2 days late in June.
Okay.
We got some time.
Yeah, we got some time.
Yeah.
We'll have some time together. What's on tap today?
Oh, it's Friday Fun and Games.
It is Friday Fun and Games.
I didn't even ask Kyle. Do you have any fun? Well, I guess this is fun music. We got
Sure.
this fun music. We'll go with this. Okay, we've played this game before with Jay and Dave. I don't think with Chris and Kyle here. But basically, you just have to think fast.
Okay.
Think fast, quick reaction. I'm going to give a topic. The first person to hopefully blurt out a correct answer, because there isn't one correct answer, wins.
All right.
Wins whatever. But hopefully comedy ensues.
Baseball card.
The Terry Teague card that I
It's
know
in
you
there
have
guaranteed?
Terry
Or the
Teague.
Billy Joe Robideau. Floyd Yeomans.
All right, so quick reaction. We are looking for a band that begins with the letter S.
Soundgarden.
Slipknot.
Soundgarden. And Slipknot is correct.
Yeah.
Plural Jam.
Plural Jam, yes.
Plural Jam.
That's a drink of you.
I thought they were Slural Sam.
Red Hot
Jam.
Chili Peppers.
All right, next up. An appliance that begins with the letter T.
Toilet.
Is that an appliance?
I don't know. We want another one, but he got it.
Tea kettle.
No.
What?
It has to be electronic.
Trash compactor.
That's stupid.
That works. I'm going to
That works.
We had a toilet, a
Toaster.
tea kettle, and a
Trash compactor.
Yeah.
All right.
Toaster.
Toaster, that's the one.
A flower
Tea bag.
well, that begins with the letter D.
Daffodil.
Way
Daisy.
too distracting.
I think that was right on.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
Dandelion.
Just
Dandelion.
There we go. We got there. We
Yeah,
got there.
dandy.
Occupation that starts with the letter E.
Electrician.
What did you say first?
I'm an electrician.
I will tell you, I'll lead you quickly through it. I was going to say excavator. I realized mid whatever that
Then
I
you
don't
just jumped
think-
on Chris,
and then I went electrician.
I heard something different. I couldn't quite tell what it was.
Electrician. Also, we would have accepted an elevator repairman.
Ooh, we would have.
Eel trainer.
Esthetician, is that how you say that?
I believe that's an A.
Egg
Is it?
farmer.
AES, I believe.
Egg farmer, sure.
Yes. Yeah, egg farmer. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Well, the egg farmers out there. All right, a male name that begins with the letter A.
Aaron.
Whoa, I heard an Adam and an Aaron.
Yeah.
Is that what I heard?
Alan.
Oh, an Alan.
Adam, Aaron, and Alan.
Good.
I'll be sure.
Yes.
You'll be sure of what?
I don't know.
Anthony.
Aaron.
Aaron Fox.
Abracadabra.
Okay. How about a female name that begins with the letter W?
Wendy. Winona.
Wilma.
Wilma.
We're not making Wilmas anymore.
Do you know a Wilma?
I do.
You
actually.
do?
Yeah, she worked here. You probably remember her. She worked here she worked at Madison like 10 years ago. Wilma Donaldson.
Yes, I remember Wilma Donaldson. You sold it. I was like, wait, oh no, I don't remember Wilma Donaldson.
Sales.
Okay. A state that begins with the letter O.
Oklahoma.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Oakland was what I was about to say.
The great state of Oakland.
They keep losing their teams. All right.
Not funny.
No. Too soon?
Wow.
I wish I could read my writing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You typed that.
Okay.
No, that was the other side. This was this side.
Oh, I was about to say, like, really?
Okay, here we go. A type of car that starts with the letter M.
Mercury.
Mazda.
Mercedes.
Maserati.
Nice, you guys all got there.
Mitsubishi.
Okay. Any more M's?
Mervyn's.
Yes.
Maybach.
Mercury.
Ooh, Maybach.
Did someone say Mercury?
Yeah.
Mercury, that was my guess.
Okay, something you'd see at a Kings game that begins with the letter B.
Bobby
Basketball.
Boobs. Any kind.
Wait a minute.
Male,
I
female.
heard of Bobby Jackson. What else did I hear?
Brad Miller.
Brad Miller.
We know what Dave said.
No, we got that clearly.
Beans.
Yeah.
Hey,
Baskets, basketball.
I said basketball.
Yeah, those things.
boobs.
I mean, must speak for the crowd. I've seen them there.
That was accepted.
Booby Gibson is what I was
Booby Gibson,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Something you'd see in space with the letter C.
Comet.
There you go.
Nice.
Constellation.
There you go.
I don't know how many
Cluster
there are.
of stars.
That'll work.
Captain Picard.
Okay, here we go. A type of dog beginning with the letter G.
Golden Retriever.
Yeah.
Damn
there
you.
you go, man.
German Shepherd.
No
There you
idea.
go. This is your game.
Yeah.
Giraffe.
Yeah, I don't know, dog.
Giraffe dog.
Hey, Aaron Judge has a dog named Gus.
Does he?
Did you know that? Yeah, it was,
It's all over the TV.
Yeah.
Michael Miranda would sell Gus for $100,000.
Who?
Isn't your wife's name Miranda?
Oh, I thought you said
Yes,
something else.
Miranda,
Yeah, no,
his
it's
wife.
Miranda. I thought you said.
Hey, you scared me for a
No,
second. I was like, oh gosh.
I thought you said Melissa at first.
Yeah.
Not Miranda.
How's Miranda?
She's good. She's good. She surprised me by saying she would sell Gus for $100,000, which she's full of garbage. Stupid Miranda.
Wow. All right.
He's like, I wouldn't sell a dog for $100K. I'm like, you're a liar.
I would not sell Gus for that much, probably.
Also,
A
the
lot
caveat
less.
was Gus was signed by Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like shaved into the hair.
Yeah, I think it would have to be. Gus is black, so I think you'd have to get like a white pen or something that would show up. You couldn't just sign it in ballpoint.
Right.
Or just shave it into him.
Do it right.
Tattoo him.
A vegetable that begins with the letter S.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch
Oh, no,
and
I-
salmon?
Wait a minute. What's wrong with you two
Okay, I
guys?
feel better about my mistake
No,
now.
what would I meant squash. I don't know why I said squash.
Sasquatch.
I meant squash.
That's what squash is short for Sasquatch. It's actually the Latin name.
I don't want to bury that you said salmon.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
I said salmon.
I thought I heard
That
salmon.
wonderful. Yeah, we're growing some salmon in the backyard. We have the salmon bush.
That might be my favorite.
Yeah,
Sasquatch and salmon.
The salmon bush.
All right, well, get ready for this one.
Big in the 70s.
A fruit that begins with the letter P.
Persimmon.
Pineapple, would you say?
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
I said persimmon, but like pineapple.
Pear.
Peach.
would have worked.
Pear.
Pear.
Peach.
Peach.
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate. There you go.
Papaya.
Yeah.
Anyone say pear?
Yeah.
Pear.
Pear.
Pasquatch.
Plum.
The pear.
Shut up.
I said pear earlier. Ha. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
A name brand of a company that begins with the letter K.
Kmart.
Kodak.
Wow, all of you on Kmart?
Oh, this is easy.
I said Kenmore, but yeah.
A city in California beginning with the letter R.
Richmond.
Reedley.
Reading.
Reading, Richmond, I heard.
Reedley, Redwood City, Redondo Beach,
Riverside.
Riverside, Roseville, Riverside.
Sacramento.
Miranda's
Rackham.
Sacramento. All right,
Hey, now,
Jackie.
come on now.
Hey, he's on the
Come
same
on,
page.
we're looking at the arena, huh?
Elmer Fudd over here.
All right. Something you find in the ocean beginning with letter L.
Ladies.
What'd you say?
Life.
Oh, you said
That's
lice.
true. Lichen. Why did I? But I'm gonna call myself. My first answer was lasagna. And I don't.
Yeah.
You don't find
Well,
that
if
in
you
the ocean.
spill it over the boat.
Ocean lasagna.
Yeah.
I do want to say this because you guys, well, not because you guys are coming up next, because we only have 10 seconds. It's Memorial Day. There's a lot of snowpack. Please be safe. Have fun. Be
Enjoy your hot
careful
dogs.
in the water. We want you all back on Tuesday. These guys are working Monday. Good luck to you. I'm jealous. You guys, Jason and Chris, up next. Love you. Bye-bye now. But right now.
The King season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
We, as a team, have a ways to go. This is something that you want to be able to build off of.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie